And direct your attention to the microphone behind home plate. Let's welcome 8-year-old singing sensation, the Yankees' own angel in the infield, Christina Lynn Skleros, who will sing our national anthem.
What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare of a bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there.
Electric atmosphere here at Yankee Stadium. It's Game 2 winner Greg Maddux going for the Atlanta Braves. An 82-pitch effort in Game 2. His opponent, left-hander Jimmy Key. It's the Braves and the Yankees, Game 6 here in the Bronx. We'll have more right after this. Time for the Atlanta Braves. We're just about ready for Game 6 here from Yankee Stadium. And with the call tonight is our trio of Joe Buck, Tim McCarver, and Bob Brenly. Hello, guys.
Hello, Chip. All right, be honest. How many of you thought we'd be back here after the first 2 games at Yankee Stadium? Come on, be honest. Joe Buck along with Bob Brenly and Tim McCarver. The first 2 games did not go well for the Yankees here. Everybody wrote, it's a mismatch. Well, in Atlanta, it was to a certain degree as the Yankees come away with 3 wins. What's going on with his team? They've won all 8 on the road in the postseason.
Well, maybe Andy Pettitte, Joe, said it best. He said, we get too hyped up when we play at Yankee Stadium. Maybe we better learn to tone it down, and perhaps they do. I mean, after all, they played 14 postseason games. They're 2-4 at home and 8-0 on the road. And think of the 2 games that they've won at home. Second game of the divisional series against the Texas Rangers. Bottom of the 12th inning, first and second, nobody out, and they win the game. It was tied up to that point. They win it on a throwing error by Dean Palmer. Game 1 of the American League Championship Series, trailing 4-3 in the 8th inning. They need the assistance of 12-year-old Jeffrey Mayer to bend over, make the catch. It was ruled a home run, and Bernie Williams ends up winning the game in the 11th inning. As far as Greg Maddux is concerned tonight, Joe Torre telling his players, tone it down. Don't think. Use your instincts. Use your reactions. Don't try and outthink it.
And you can talk about the Yankees all you want, but the Atlanta Braves have to be thrilled that Greg Maddux is ready to pitch in tonight's game. And for the Yankees, Joe Torre has to be thrilled to be able to run a guy like Jimmy Key out there.
Well, actually, this is a rematch of Game 2 when Greg Maddux and John Smoltz, or rather Mark Wohlers, combined to shut down the Yankees. Excuse me. There's a key reason for that. If you look at these numbers right here, first pitch strikes. Greg Maddux, 24 first pitch strikes, pitching ahead in the count all night long. Jimmy Key falling behind in the count. Also, Jimmy Key gave up 3 leadoff hits to start innings. 2 of those guys scored. Greg Maddux gave up 1 leadoff hit. The next guy hit into a double play. We talked to Yankee catcher Joe Girardi and said, what are you going to do tonight with Jimmy Key? He said, we're going to do the same thing, only hopefully we'll do it a little better.
So here we are, Game 6 at Yankee Stadium, ready to go. Will there be a Game 7? We're about to find out. Good pitching matchup, the Yankees and the Atlanta Braves. Coming up after this from your local Fox station. It's Game 6 of the 1996 World Series. No, that's your answer. Look at the Atlanta Braves starting lineup. Marquise Grissom will lead it off in center field. Then it's Mark Lemke batting second at second. Chipper Jones hitting third at third. Fred McGriff is playing first. Then Javi Lopez batting fifth. Andrew Jones in left. Jermaine Dye in right. Terry Pendleton the start. He's the DH. Jeff Blauser is at short, batting ninth. The defense for the Yankees. Tino Martinez back at first base. Now that we are able to use the DH, 95 consecutive games errorless for Tino Martinez, and that defense works behind the left-hander Jimmy Key.
Well, we saw Jimmy Key in Game 2. He was having some control problems. He likes to work that sinker on the outside corner to right-handers. The strike zone, fell behind in the count early. The Braves were able to take advantage.
Jimmy Key much the same as Greg Maddux. He must keep the ball down to win. Anytime he elevates from the waist or above, he's hittable, especially in the fat part of the plate.
Jimmy Key was on the mound back in 1992 when Toronto defeated Atlanta 4-2. He was the winning pitcher. He is making his 3rd World Series start, which includes that effort here in Game 2 on Monday night. Marquise Grissom is set to go. He has a hit in each of his first 11 World Series games. The numbers for this World Series outstanding. The .455, and he's ready to lead it off for Bobby Cox's Atlanta Braves. Glad you're with us. Game 6. Jimmy Key gets it going with ball 1.
A lot depends on home plate umpire Jerry Davis and whether he gives the outside pitch to Jimmy Key or not.
First one missed outside. Now another. It's 2-0. It's Jerry Davis behind home plate with Jim Evans at first, Terry Tata at second, Tim Welke at third, Ripley down the left field line, and Larry Young down the right field foul line. 2-0 on Grissom. Golf shot into left field for Strawberry. One away.
Well, did you ever think you'd be talking about Darryl Strawberry's defense in a World Series? He's come up with some big plays, a sinking, hooking line drive here. Once again, uses that great reach to make a nice sliding catch.
There have been 3 or 4 instances where the defense from Strawberry, whether it's been in left field or right, has been eye-popping. There's a strike to Mark Lemke.
The most memorable in the 1-0 game on Thursday night when he made the catch off Jeff Blauser late in the game to prevent extra bases.
Leadoff man is gone for Atlanta. Now a breaking ball. Grounded to Jeter. 2 up, 2 down.
The Atlanta Braves, knowing that the New York Yankees have the momentum. I'm reminded of a saying that Earl Weaver used to say, or used to have, that your momentum is only as good as tomorrow's starting pitcher.
2 good ones hooking up here tonight.
Man, I'll say.
Ball 1 to Chipper Jones. You know, the Yankees are now past having to see what a young Andy Pettitte will give them, or what will they get out of Kenny Rogers. Now they've got Key tonight, and if there is a Game 7, they've got David Cone tomorrow. Meanwhile, the Braves, they have Maddux tonight, and if there is a Game 7, they have Glavine tomorrow. Maddux getting ready evidently for his start in the bottom of the inning. 2 balls and a strike on Chipper Jones. So all that back and forth, the Braves pitching this, that, and the other. The Yankees are beyond that. They have a 3-2 lead, and they have Key and Cone on the mound if they need both the final 2 games. 2 balls and a strike on Chipper Jones, 2-2.
I think that's an excellent point, Joe, because what is happening right now in this game, and if there is a game tomorrow, they can match the Braves as far as starters are concerned.
Down the right field line, long run for O'Neill, inning over. And a much better start to game 6 for Jimmy Key than game 2. A half inning complete, no score. Just bat, they'll lead it off with Derek Jeter at short. Wade Boggs back in the lineup, batting second. Bernie Williams hitting third. Big Cecil the DH. What a World Series he is putting together. Then Tino Martinez at first. Darryl Strawberry in left. Paul O'Neill in right. Mariano Duncan at second. Joe Girardi catching and batting ninth. The defense for the Atlanta Braves. Why not? I like Greg Maddux. We know he can pitch. He can hit a little. He has 7 Gold Glove awards. And here he is, Greg Maddux. 2-1, making his 4th World Series start, a 15-game winner during the regular season.
And we've seen Greg Maddux enough to know what he's going to do tonight. He's going to work that sinker on both sides of the plate. He's going to throw the changeup, mix in an occasional curveball, an occasional cut fastball that looks like a little slider. Very rarely does he stray from his game plan, working that outside corner to right-handers.
Bob, he certainly didn't do that in game 2 when of the 24 outs recorded, as you said in the opening, 19 ground ball outs. 19 out of 24.
Yankees come to bat in their half of the first inning with Jeter, Boggs, and Williams. If anybody gets on Cecil Fielder, here is Derek Jeter. He has set a rookie record in 1996 with postseason hits. He has 21 of them. No surprise, first pitch, strike 1.
A lot of movement on that strike 1, and that's the dilemma that a hitter faces when you're up against Greg Maddux. He throws so many first pitch strikes, you might ask yourself, well, why doesn't the hitter go up there and swing at that first pitch strikes? The Yankees did that in game 2. Maddux pitched 8 innings through only 82 pitches. If you hit it, it's going to be a ground ball.
1 ball, 1 strike, up the middle. Told you he has 7 Gold Glove awards, 1 away.
He had 5 assists in game 2. Looked like a little slider on the outside part. Greg Maddux always in a position to field the ball. All of the Braves starting pitchers, excellent fielders.
That will bring in Wade Boggs, making his first start since game 2. And he takes a pitch just high from Maddux. Boggs won game 4 with that bases loaded walk he drew off the bench for Joe Torre. Charlie Hayes, at least at the start, will sit this one out. 1 ball, 1 strike for Maddux.
The defense on the left side of the infield. Chipper Jones way off the line. And Jeff Blauser at short toward the hole. The middle and third base line are open for Boggs.
Well, we talked about Greg Maddux. He's going to throw any pitch to any location at any speed. Doesn't overpower hitters, but that great movement, particularly on the sinker and the changeup.
Took care of Jeter on a comebacker. Now the 1-2 to Boggs, and he stays alive.
You know, that middle point, that he doesn't have great velocity. What he has is what the hitters refer to as late pop. He may be throwing an 86-mile-an-hour fastball, but at the end, he has late movement, and that's one of the key ingredients of getting guys out.
As Boggs set up, wouldn't chase. 2-2. Already you can see the Yankees getting a little better look at Maddox and maybe taking a pitch or two more than they did in game 2. Maddox threw only 82 pitches in that 8-inning effort. That's into right. Easy for Dye, 2 out.
There's no easy approach to Greg Maddux. You attack him early in the count, you hit a lot of ground balls, he has a lot of low pitch innings. You wait till late in the count, a lot of times you'll find yourself with 2 strikes, and with his ability to expand the strike zone, you're just as deep as hole. But the more pitches he throws, the better chance he has of making a mistake.
Yeah, Bob, that's what we were talking about in the opening. Joe Torre telling his hitters to hit what you see. Don't try and think with this guy. See the ball, hit the ball.
2 out, nobody on for Bernie Williams. Has only 2 hits in this World Series. And behind on the count. His 2 hits, however, did combine to help the Yankees win that very important Game 3 in Atlanta when he drove in 3 runs and hit his only World Series home run. Nothing in 1, the count from Maddox. 1-1. Bernie Williams trying to extend this first inning for Cecil Fielder. Even though he's only 2 for 20 in the World Series, still hitting .333 in the postseason. There's strike 2. Mentioned the home run hit by Bernie Williams. It came in game 3. 8th inning off McMichael. And that helped the Yankees along to their 5-2 win behind David Cone over Glavine. Wetland would later get the save. Cecil up next. Those hands go up. Pitch barely missed inside. 2-2.
That's his strikeout pitch to left-handers. He tries to get the arms up. Ball tailing back over the inside corner. It just missed inside. Bob will see him come back in there. If Lopez moves inside, that's the pitch he throws with 2 strikes to Taylor.
Here it is. Missed again. Full count. Jeter bounced back to Maddox. Boggs fly to right. To McGriff. First inning over here in game 6 at Yankee Stadium. The Braves will try to take an early lead tonight. Get this crowd out of the game. Second inning, no score.
No 2
GM owners are alike.
We drive a lot of different kinds of cars
And trucks for a lot of different reasons.
But when J.D. Power and
Associates
ask new vehicle owners about the quality,
sales experience,
and delivery of
their vehicle,
the different
GM owners
wound up
mostly saying the same thing.
the same thing.
General Motors is rated highest in satisfaction right from the start.
People in motion.
How'd you do on the math test? What happened?
I tripped over this.
Where do you think it goes?
It's that way.
Well, let's follow it. Oops.
Can you confirm a signal loss?
Houston, we have a problem.
Roger. Must be a couple of gremlins down here.
It's not TV, it's HBO. Today, more than ever, business isn't conducted in just one.
Dillon checking out the action here in game 6. Yeah, it's Kevin Spacey and Matt Dillon. All the stars are out in game 6.
2 unusual suspects there, huh?
Matt Dillon going blonde on us. Here's McGriff with Lopez and Jones to follow. Second inning, no score. Jimmy Key back to work. And a perfect pitch over the outside corner.
Well, Fred McGriff is one of the hitters in Game 2 that hurt Jimmy Key on pitches up in the zone. They were going to really concentrate on staying down on Fred McGriff.
Down and away, and it's 1-1. McGriff has had a very strong World Series. 6 hits, including 2 home runs. Comes up empty, 1-2.
Fred McGriff, we've talked about how he loves the ball away, especially the left-handed batters. In my opinion, the Yankees have not done a good job coming inside to McGriff enough.
2-2.
You can see from McGriff's approach, he starts out well off the plate, particularly against left-handers, and then dives in towards the plate. Look
up the middle. Jeter, what a play. 1 out. On the first base side of second base, Jeter comes up with a play, 1 down.
That was a good play because he was well positioned. You can see Boggs almost halfway between second and third. They're giving McGriff everything on the ground to the left side. He does have good power in the air. Good play by Jeter.
Well, we've seen the Braves use some unusual shifts in this series, and now the Yankees are starting to get a little more aggressive defensively in their positioning.
1 out, nobody on for Javi Lopez. Javi only 3 hits in this World Series. Still hitting .282 in the postseason. Had a terrific National League Championship Series against St. Louis. Was the MVP. Say .542 isn't a bad NLCS.
13 hits, the most in any series in postseason history by a catcher.
2-0 the count from Jimmy Key. Can't get the corner. It's 3-0.
I would imagine Bobby Cox will have Lopez hitting here as you look at Andruw Jones on deck.
Never had a chance to swing. A 1-out walk. And the first base runner of the night belongs to Atlanta.
Well, Jimmy Key kind of feeling around that outside corner, trying to find how far he can work off that corner and still get the strike call. He said he felt in Game 2 that it worked to Maddox's advantage to have a National League umpire behind the plate because they were familiar with the movement on Maddox's pitch. Terry Tata was working the plate in that game. Jerry Davis tonight behind the plate, a National League umpire.
So 1 on, 1 out for Andruw Jones. Andruw Jones broke into World Series play with a bang here in Game 1. 2 home runs, 3 hits. 6 RBIs in this World Series. Borderline pitch. Key got the call. 1-1. Andruw Jones back in Game 1. Second inning. See you later. Off Andy Pettit, a 2-run shot. Then off Bowringer, a 3-run shot. And a 12-1 Atlanta victory in Game 1. Now Andruw Jones out in front of the count, 2-1.
And you're going to get a lot of balls on the ground against Jimmy Key. We'll see if Bobby Cox puts the runner in motion here. Favorable count for Jones.
Change up, 2-2.
Pulls the string on this pitch, gets Andruw Jones, a young hitter, in an aggressive hitting situation and throws him a changeup.
Full count as Key misses up and in. Jermaine Dye waits on deck. And again, Ryan Klesko is not in the starting lineup for Bobby Cox.
Jimmy Key has a great pickoff move to first base. Bettered only probably by Andy Pettit in the American League.
Here's a look at it.
Yeah, if you're the runner on first base, it's just like a hit and run. 3-2, a hit and run's the same thing. You must make sure the pitcher pitches. It's up to the hitter to put the ball in play.
Runner breaks late. They have Lopez caught back in time. And the inning continues. Lopez got such a late break that he was able to get back ahead of the relay throw from Jeter.
Making sure he pitches. Here comes the pitch. There goes Lopez. And he didn't get a third of the way down there. Nifty base running by the Atlanta catcher. One thing, Joe Girardi has to stay back to make sure he gets the strike. He can do that since Lopez doesn't have great speed, and plus it's a 3-2 count.
I said Jeter, it was Duncan who cut across, made the throw. Good effort, but Lopez was just too close. And he's on at first with 2 out for Jermaine Dye, who took a ball. During the regular season, hit .281, 12 home runs, tying Todd Hollandsworth for tops among NL rookies. 2-0. Trying to pitch around a 1-out walk to Javi Lopez. Mel Stottlemyre, the Yankee pitching coach, on your right. Jimmy Key behind on the count, 3-0, 3-1.
Key working exclusively on the outside corner here in the first 2 innings of the ball game. It's very important that at some point he establishes inside so that the Braves hitters don't lean out there and start shooting the ball into right field, which is what they did in game 2.
Into the Yankee dugout, full count.
Jimmy Key relies on his control, and you've seen him nibbling around that outside corner here early in the game. He changes speeds on all his pitches and usually makes up for the lost velocity with great command of his breaking balls.
He's 3-2 on Jermaine Dye. Into right field, O'Neill is there. And after an inning and a half, game 6, Yankees looking for their 23rd World Championship. No score.
It's HBO by the Florida Citrus Growers. 100% pure Florida orange juice. Are you drinking enough? And by Pepcid AC Acid Controller. You could be heartburn free with Pepcid AC.
Back at Yankee Stadium into the bottom of the 2nd inning. Yankees went in order in the 1st. Greg Maddux back to work, no score. It will be Fielder, Martinez, and Strawberry for New York. Cecil has had a terrific World Series, hitting .421. It's interesting that the Yankees are relying now every day on Cecil Fielder and Darryl Strawberry, 2 players that came to this team in the second half of the season. Fielder grounds to first, and the first 4 Yankees have been retired in order.
You may have seen this before, but we're going to try to bring it back. What Greg Maddux can do, he can make X's on both sides of the plate. He runs the ball away from the left-hander. He tries to hit the outside corner with the breaking ball. He can run the ball in on him, and then we've talked about that 2-strike pitch that he tries to bring back, and players refer to that as making X's on both sides of the plate. Nobody does it better than Maddux.
Here's Tino Martinez. He looks at a strike, and what's amazing about Maddux is he does all that with variations on that fastball.
Like a nice recipe. A little salt here, a little pepper there, a little oregano.
Up and in, 1 ball, 1 strike.
And Leo Mazzoni told us in Atlanta that basically he does it with finger pressure. He puts a little more pressure with the index finger to make the ball sink away from a lefty. A little more pressure with the middle finger to make it cut back into a lefty.
Strike 2 on Tino Martinez. Tino has had a rough postseason. No RBIs in this World Series, only 1 out of 8. And trying to get it back together facing Maddox and behind in the count 1-2. Two and two.
He's missing inside with that tailing fastball. Hey, remember he tried to do it with Bernie Williams, then he missed to Tino Martinez. If you miss inside, you want to miss inside.
On the inside corner, 2 away, and the first strikeout for Maddox.
He finally hit. 5 pitches in this sequence. A fastball away. This is vintage Maddox. He misses inside. Fastball away. He misses inside. Bingo.
The first strikeout, the second out of the inning. Martinez now 1 out of 9 in the series, and here's Strawberry. The other half of that 1-2 punch the Yankees brought in the second half of the season. Strawberry hitting only .214 in the World Series. His defense has been outstanding. Joe Torre telling us just his mere presence in that lineup makes a difference for the Yankees. Want to know the count? Dipping low and away, 1 ball, 1 strike. Bob Watson, George Steinbrenner, very instrumental in bringing Darryl Strawberry back to the Yankees. Joe Torre has done the job on the field. That is a manager trying to suppress a yawn. Hard hit right at McGriff. They had it played perfectly right down the line. And the second inning is history. No score after 2. Back to Yankee Stadium after this from your local Fox station.
Next, Rosie, it's
Banani.
Fran Drescher.
She's a pretty brunette with a very funny voice.
You're looking good, Fran.
I have a better butt now than I had 10 years ago.
Your butt's good. We saw it at the Emmys.
And that laugh. Then
it's magic. It's illusion.
It's Nell Carter.
We did Give Me a Break together.
Later this week, Carol Burnett, Kirstie Alley, Marissa Tomei, plus Phil Collins and John Mellencamp live this week on the Rosie O'Donnell Show.
See it Monday at 4 on Fox 13.
Does the truth matter?
Now, I will tell you this. I will not raise taxes on the middle class.
He gives us the largest tax increase in American history.
The era of big government is over.
He gives us a massive government-run healthcare system.
Everybody knows that I have tougher ethics rules than any previous president.
More investigations, more prosecutions, more convictions. And the list goes on and on. Does the truth matter? Does it matter to you?
There's a best time to get your best deal on just about everything, and that time is now during your Mercury dealer's right time clearance. We have to make room for the new models, so here's your chance to get $2,000 cash back or 1.9% financing on the 96 Mercury Sable, or get $1,000 cash back on 96 Mercury Villager, the minivan that drives like a car. But when they're gone, they're gone. It's the right time clearance, and there's no better time to get a great deal, if you're looking for a new car, that is.
Imagine yourself in a Mercury now. Help! I need somebody. Help!
Count on GTE to help save you money on all your long distance, whether you call across the state or across the country with the GTE Easy Savings Plan. You can save up to 35% a month for an entire year. That equals a rate as low as 9 cents a minute. Sign up now for the GTE Easy Savings Plan by calling 1-800-GTE-3737. GTE. Amazing.
You're watching Fox 13, home of the 1997 Super Bowl 31.
Well, these beautiful shots from above are brought to you by the Alta Vista on-site computing airship, doing business over the internet from wherever you are. Pilot is Captain Terry Dillard from Orlando, Florida. Cameraman is Nathan Crawford. They're out there doing business.
Yeah.
Just like Maddox and Key are doing down below. They're back to work. Jimmy Key ready to work the third inning. Delivers ball 1 to Terry Pendleton. Now 1-1. Pendleton has had a postseason he would like to forget. Only 1 out of 13 in the postseason. His 1 hit coming in the World Series. Mariano Duncan kicks it with a backhand. Can't recover. And we'll see how they rule it. They rule it an error.
I don't think Duncan saw that ball right away. He got a very poor jump. Looked like it hit the heel of the glove. Nope, just closed the glove too quickly. And Pendleton beats it out.
Well, Duncan's not out there for his defense. He's the offensive player at second base. If the Yankees have a lead late in the game, you will see Luis Sojo replace him.
So a leadoff error. And now the number 9 hitter, Jeff Blauser, digs in.
Maybe bunting here. Excuse me, Joe.
I was going to say another Atlanta Brave player who has not hit well. Runner is going. Pendleton never looked back, and he is the first out here in the third.
I think that was a quasi pitch out. The reason Pendleton ran, it was the hit and run. So in lieu of the bunt, Bobby Cox elects to hit and run. It looked like either a quasi pitch out or a pitch out. Joe Girardi waiting until Derek Jeter gets over to cover the bag, and he throws out Pendleton easily.
It appeared to be a broken hit and run. Blauser started to swing at the pitch that was well up and out of the strike zone, and then tried to check his swing. Broken play.
You see Terry Pendleton, if you can read lips, he said pitch out. It looked like a pitch out.
Yeah, it did.
Blauser started to go after it, then decided he wouldn't offer it the pitch. And Pendleton was an easy out. You could see Girardi double pump before he got rid of it. And Pendleton was out by plenty. So an error, but Pendleton erased running the bases. And now a 3-0 count on Blauser.
In a running situation, some pitchers and catchers would prefer, instead of pitching out, just throw the ball up and away. Give the catcher a good shot at the runner in case he's running. And that appeared to be what Girardi was doing because he got outside late. See, he sets up outside. He gets out there late. If it was a pitch out, it was an odd one.
Now Blauser trying to shoot the gap in right center. Bernie Williams can't get to it. Up against the wall, and it's a 1-out double for Blauser. So the Braves lose Pendleton on the bases, and on a 3-1 pitch, Blauser shoots the gap in right center.
McKee continues to work that outside corner, has yet to come inside on a right-handed hitter. Blauser gets a pitch down and out over the plate. A lot of room in the gaps here at Yankee Stadium. 385 to right center, 399 to left center. Even Bernie Williams can't catch up with that bullet.
So for Blauser, only his 3rd hit in this World Series. He's at second, 1 out for Grissom. And Marquise out in front, strike 1. For Blauser, that is his first extra base hit in this World Series. And it comes as a 1-out double as the Braves try to take a 3rd inning lead. Pendleton on the error. Then out, caught stealing. Grissom looks at a ball. It's 1-1. Who else would the Braves rather have at the plate than Marquise Grissom? 10 out of 23 in this World Series. Getting a good look at pitches that barely missed. 2-1. Grissom has driven in 4 runs in the World Series, 7 in the postseason. To the left side, the broken back grounder, Jeter. 2 out.
That seems to be the equalizer, Bob, that he's going with tonight, the breaking ball instead of the fastball inside.
And that's a very effective pitch, particularly when you're behind in the count a lot. If you can throw this curveball for a strike, which Jimmy Key does on a 2-1 count, no way a hitter can be looking for a breaking ball.
So the runner at second, 2 out, and it's up to Lemke. Batting right-handed, he takes ball 1. Mark grounded out to short his first time up. 6 out of 22 in this World Series. He went 1-1.
Well, the Braves hitters are getting a dose of the medicine that is dealt on other teams. Away, away, away.
Yeah.
Lemke has come up with one big hit after another for the Braves. Here he pops it up into right center for Bernie Williams. An error, a double, no run scoring for Atlanta. Bottom of the 3rd inning, Yankee Stadium, no score.
The Chevy S10 Sports Side. The coolest thing to come on the back of a truck since the Nutty Buddy. Chevy S10 Sports Side, like a rock.
There's nothing like being ranked #1. It takes a whole lot to get there. Man, you've got to eat it, drink it, and breathe it. Well, you know it always comes back to fundamentals. Fundamentals, fundamentals, fundamentals. You know what I say? You got to put a fire under them. Once you get a taste of it, man, you don't want anything else. We're the only game in town. You gotta want it. You really gotta want it.
This holiday season, Arnold Schwarzenegger is on a mission.
I'll get that toy. I promise.
But Sinbad is in his way. On November 22nd, get ready to shop till the last man drops.
Oh, poor baby.
Jingle All the Way, rated PG. November 22nd, only in theaters.
Getting squeezed every month by too many bills? I'm Dan Marino for First Plus Financial. Call First Plus now at this number for a debt buster loan and consolidate those bills with one low monthly payment you can handle. You don't need equity, there are no application fees, and the interest may be tax deductible. Call First Plus now to apply and get an answer before you hang up. Remember, you don't need equity, you just need a phone.
The X-Files has been abducted and moved to a new night. The X-Files now on Sundays at 9, 8 Central.
We get into the bottom of the 3rd inning here at Yankee Stadium. No score. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Office of the Commissioner of Baseball and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form without express written consent. Joe Buck, along with Bob Brenly, Tim McCarver, our producer John Filippelli, director Bill Webb. Happy to have you with us on a Saturday night. There's a strike to Paul O'Neill. O'Neill, Duncan Girardi, 7, 8, and 9 for the Yankees, looking for their first base runner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Paul O'Neill with that bad hamstring. There is no doubt that affects him at the plate. He is only 1 out of 9 in this World Series. Strike 2.
He made the great running catch on the ball hit by Luis Polonia to end the game the other night and then limped all the way back into the Yankee dugout. Things don't seem to hurt quite as bad this time of year until the game's over.
And Paul O'Neill with that very unusual tapping of the right foot. Very unusual timing device. Check it out right there. Check his right foot out.
Checked his swing, 2-2. When you're talking about a guy who hit .302 during the regular season, but as the year has progressed and his hamstring injury has worsened, he has really struggled at home plate. Only 6 hits in the entire postseason. Down the right field line, curling into the corner. Extra bases for O'Neill. Bad hamstring and all. It's a leadoff double.
You saw that pigeon-toed approach of Paul O'Neill. What that does with your foot, it keeps your shoulder in. It's a reminder to the hitter to keep locked in. O'Neill did, and rips one down the right field line. His second hit of the series and his second double off Maddox.
He started out very pigeon-toed. That toe pointed back towards the catcher, and as the pitcher started his delivery, he slowly opened up until the pitch was delivered.
So the first hit for the Yankees is a double. Paul O'Neill doubled off Greg Maddux in Game 2. He's done it again in Game 6, and now Duncan offered at it as he showed the bunt. That's strike one.
Tell you what the Braves have to look out for right now is a double bunt. A bunt by Duncan, a bunt by Girardi. Girardi with 5 RBIs this year on safety sacrifice squeezes. So if Duncan can get O'Neill over, look for Girardi to possibly try to get him in with a bunt.
Like Mariano was trying to go to right. He was late in the count 0-2.
Well, obviously trying to hit the ball to the right side of the infield. One thing the Yankees have to be concerned about, because O'Neill's hamstring, he is not able to get the kind of acceleration that he's going to need. A hard hit ball right at Lemke or McGriff. Well, now they have both backed up, but until 2 strikes, they were playing relatively shallow to try to cut the runner down at third.
To the right side, Duncan does his job. 1 out.
Well, what a terrific job by Mariano Duncan to move O'Neill to third on a ground ball the other way on an 0-2 pitch.
Now Girardi. Infield is in for the play at the plate. Into center field. That will put the Yankees on top. It's over the head of Grissom. O'Neill scores. Girardi is chugging for 3. It's an RBI triple, and the Yankees lead by 1.
Girardi gets a pitch up in the strike zone. Marquise Grissom playing a very shallow center field, and he just drives it over his head. One of the few mistakes you'll see Greg Maddux make up high in the strike zone, and Girardi wasn't about to let it pass.
I'm going to say it again just to make you 2 guys mad. He can run for a catcher.
Well, he didn't bunt either. So if he didn't bunt, somewhere in this game with a runner on at third and less than 2 outs, look for the squeeze play.
Duncan set it up with a ground ball to the right side. Girardi gets it done with the RBI triple. Now the runner at third, 1 out for Jeter. So the Yankees have done in 2 1/3 innings what they couldn't do in 8 against Greg Maddux in Game 2, and that is dent home plate. 2-0.
You see, Maddox is missing consistently high right now. Lopez had moved out onto the outside corner and gave a good low target. Maddox threw the ball back over the plate and up high out of the strike zone.
Even the double hit by Paul O'Neill was up.
Base hit, 2-0 New York.
Guys, our booth is shaking.
I think the whole city is shaking. Woo.
A single, a double, a triple in this inning. When's the last time that happened with Greg Maddux on the mound? 2 runs are in, 1 on, 1 out. Boggs, pitch out, nothing doing, ball 1.
Many times a manager will take advantage of chaos, and right now for the Braves, this inning has been chaos. Derek Jeter looked like he wanted to get a jump and steal the base. The Braves correctly guessed and pitched out. Jeter didn't go.
So many things Joe Torre can do here. Hit and run, steal. You've got the lead, you take more chances.
There he goes. No throw.
Maddox gave up 21 stolen bases in 26 attempts against him this year. Jeter with a tremendous jump. Doesn't even draw a throw from Javi Lopez.
Now a base hit can mean another Yankee run. Runner at second, 1 out. And a 2-0 count on Boggs. Into right for Jermaine Dye. Jeter will stay put. 2 out. He's 0 for 2. And the inning will continue for Bernie Williams.
It looked like Derek Jeter on that slide at second could have hurt the lower part of his back or his shoulder on his right side.
He's been trying to stretch out ever since. Jeter at second, 2 out for Bernie Williams. Only 2 out of 21 in this World Series.
Maybe 2 out of 21 in the World Series, but I'm pretty sure Maddox is going to pitch him very carefully here with a base open. Going to get a look at Jeter going into second base here. It's a great break off first, great acceleration, takes a quick peek at home.
Looks like when he put his right arm down, when he slid, he could have jammed his shoulder, pulled a muscle the right side of his back.
He's at second, 2 out. Bernie Williams at the plate. Into right center, base hit. Here comes Jeter. The throw is no good. 3-0 New York.
Usually, when an outfielder makes a throw this bad and this high, the ring finger of his right hand becomes involved. Marquise Grissom with an excellent arm. You don't see him uncork a throw like that unless he just did not have a good grip on it.
Puts himself in good position, charging the ball, momentum going straight to home plate, and then just airmails it to Greg Maddux backing up the play.
Let's face it, Marquise Grissom has had a rough postseason in the field. He's committed 3 errors. One was huge for Atlanta, helping the Yankees get back into the ball game. In fact, win that game. 1-0 on the unearned run in Game 5. Grissom has been outstanding at the plate, but he's had a tough time in center. In Game 5, Marquise Grissom in right center. And to his defense, Jermaine Dye, there's no doubt, got in his way and was definitely in his vision as he dropped that ball in right center. The error went to Grissom, and the unearned run scored. It was the only run of the night on Thursday night, driven in by the man at the plate, Cecil Fielder. Runner at second, Williams, 2 out. Strike one.
The ball to Bernie Williams was up. Greg Maddux is uncharacteristically up in the zone this inning.
Fortunately for him on that pitch, it was so high that Cecil couldn't catch up to it, but that's not a trend that Bobby Cox enjoys seeing very much.
Nothing in 2 on Fielder. It's been a 3-run, 4-hit inning for the Yankees. A big part of it, Joe Girardi with an RBI triple and a run scored. Bernie Williams, the 2-out RBI hit. He took second on the throw home. There was no error charged on the throw. One and 2 on Fielder. Jimmy Key has 3 runs to work with here in the third.
And he may have only 3 more innings to work with because Joe Torre has a very healthy Mariano Rivera and a rested Rivera. He may be going back to that 6-2-1 formula.
Runner at second, 2 out. It stays fair. Lopez, very good play to end the inning. In the first 2 games of this 1996 World Series, the Braves were able to take the crowd out of it here at Yankee Stadium. That is not the case tonight.
So I pull into this gas station. Oh, classic oversqueeze. Watch this. Release the hounds. Perfect pump.
2037.
Even at the gas station, you can do more with the American Express card.
Chevy Blazer, the only sport utility vehicle with a driver control system. It's nice to know it's there.
Trust. We are not born with an instinct to trust. Trust must be earned. Trust must be proven. We earn it with integrity. We prove it with sound advice. Trust is the ultimate measure of our success. And at Dean Witter, we measure success one investor at a time.
Today, people who didn't send the money Western Union and the heartbreak it caused. Meet Sue and her boyfriend.
Ex-boyfriend.
Ex-boyfriend, Mike. What happened, Sue?
My car broke down. I called Mr. Wonderful here. Send money, I said.
And he didn't use Western Union.
No, and it took forever. I had to spend hours with the tow truck guy.
Mm-hmm. Meet Sue's new fiancé, the tow truck guy, Lyle!
Hey, it's your money. Use Western Union, the fastest way to send money worldwide.
Last night, millions experienced the series premiere of Millennium. This Friday, see what all the excitement is about. Millennium, a brand new episode, Friday.
Evidently something happening to Mariano Duncan during that bottom of the third inning. He heads out. And we're going to need a new second baseman.
Maybe Billy Crystal play second base for the Yankees. He'd love that.
Guarantee it.
Not so sure Joe Torre would like it very much, but Billy would dig it.
So we're going to get an early look at Luis Sojo, and we will pass along exactly what happened to Mariano Duncan, who had a big at bat in that 3-run third inning. Sojo takes over. He's normally slated for later in the game as a defensive replacement you talked about earlier. But now here's Sojo on in the 4th inning. Evidently, when the Yankees went back out, while Key was warming up and the infielders were taking their ground balls and throws, he was hit in the mouth by a ball. That's the early word we get, and that's why Duncan has to leave here in Game 6. So mark Luis Sojo down on your scorecard, batting 8th, playing second base. And Mariano Duncan finished for the rest of the night.
It looked like Chipper Jones might have asked Joe Girardi what happened. They were trying to figure out themselves what happened with Mariano Duncan.
Chipper Jones will lead it off, then McGriff and Lopez. Big inning for Atlanta as they try to get back into this game. 3-0 Yankees in ball 1 from Jimmy Key.
It's a huge inning for Jimmy Key and the Yankees. If you can put up a 0 after your team has scored some runs, it goes a long way towards keeping your team mentally in the ball game.
Braves have the right guys coming up to do something about that 3-0 score. There's ball 2, and it's 2-0 on Jones. Two and 1.
Once again, Jimmy Key staying away. A very defensive swing on a 2-0 count from a very good hitter.
Three and 1. Chipper Jones trying to get on base somehow, some way to get it started for Atlanta here in the 4th. Into left center field, not well hit. Strawberry there, 1 away. Monday on Nonstop Fox, Jane used to be the nice girl of Melrose Place. So why is she setting fires and chasing other women's boyfriends? You want to know? You'll have to watch Melrose Place Monday on Nonstop Fox. It's Andrew Shue of Melrose Place and the professional soccer team out in L.A. with wife Jennifer checking out the action here in Game 6. Here is Fred McGriff with 1 out, nobody on. McGriff grounded out. With the shortstop Jeter, his first time up. And again, Key falls behind 2-0.
We talked in the opening about how important it was for Jimmy Key to get ahead of the hitters. 10 first pitch balls, 13 first pitch strikes so far.
To first and just foul.
Let me correct myself. 10 first pitch balls, 3 first pitch strikes, and he's gotten away with it. You wouldn't want to continue that trend throughout the ball game.
Just hooks foul.
And the count 2-1. One out, nobody on. McGriff pops it up. It'll get back and out of play. And it's a 2-2 count. One of the reasons Key has been able to get away with it, falling behind, but then able to get that breaking ball over. That's how he got Grissom with a runner at second last inning. Now the 2-2 to McGriff. Full count. Javier Lopez waits on deck. A one-out walk, and the second walk issued tonight by Jimmy Key. He walked Lopez back in the second. He walks McGriff with one out here in the fourth. And it's 1 on 1 out for Javi Lopez. Lopez only 3 hits in this World Series. Takes a strike. Only 1 RBI. One and one.
Javi Lopez, a dead low ball hitter. You see the bright red across the bottom. That's where he really likes the ball. Hot, hot. He will hit hanging breaking balls in that blue zone occasionally, but he likes the ball down around the knees.
1 on 1 out. 1 and 1 from Key. 2 and 1.
Most low ball hitters are good breaking ball hitters because most breaking balls, to be effective, have to be down in the zone.
3-0 Yankees here in the fourth inning. To the right side, a base hit, a walk and a hit. And the Braves have a rally cooking here in the fourth inning.
Good hitting by Lopez. Fastball away right on the corner. Rifle to right field. Bobby Cox telling us about Andruw Jones and talking about the good power that he has the other way. I think if he hits Jimmy Key, he's going to have to hit it hard the other way, because I don't think Key's going to come inside on him.
2 on 1 out. Out in front. Strike 1. He has been able to fool Andruw Jones with a couple of changeups, and he does it for strike 1. The 2 men aboard here in the fourth inning.
Struck him out in the second inning with a very good changeup down low and away. Really planting the seed in Andruw Jones' mind about that changeup.
One ball, 1 strike. Jimmy Smits is here.
Yeah, that's what I thought he was too.
They're all out. Waiting to see if the Yankees can wrap it up in 6 games. Braves have it working here in the fourth inning. It's 2-1 on Andruw Jones, and we have yet to see a pitch come inside to Andruw during this at bat.
He may get the breaking ball here if he's consistent with the other right-handed hitters. Nope.
To the right side, headed for foul territory, and out of play. 2-2.
You know, in Jimmy Key's defense, he is missing the strike zone, but not by very much. Throughout this World Series, we've seen a lot of those pitches just off the corner called strikes. Jerry Davis not going way out there off the corner.
Now 2-2 on the rookie, the 19-year-old Andruw Jones. A walk to McGriff, a hit by Lopez. Into right field. O'Neill can't get there in time, and that will load the bases. Andruw Jones gets his first hit of the night, and the bases are loaded for Atlanta here in the fourth inning.
It was the breaking ball. He finally got it, and he hits it hard in front of Paul O'Neill. O'Neill does keep it in front of him, and McGriff had to hold at second base, Lopez at first, so naturally nobody scores.
Talked about the Braves being a very good team at making adjustments on the fly, and you can see this inning. Lopez, Andrew Jones, both going to the opposite field.
Here is Jermaine Dye from one rookie to the next. Dye lined to right his first time up. Bases loaded, 1 out. Into right field, down the line. Trouble if it's fair. It is just out of play for strike 1. Got to give Bobby Cox credit for being patient. He stayed with these rookies throughout, especially against left-handed pitching. They're back-to-back in his lineup tonight. Andrew Jones got a hit to load the bases. Now the 0-1 to Jermaine Dye. 1-1.
Now finally, Jimmy Key does come inside. Really needs to do that to establish in there, not necessarily for a strike, just like he does right here to keep Jermaine Dye and the rest of the Braves hitters from reaching out and poking that ball into right field.
Can't catch the corner. 2-1. Our Fox box, top left-hand corner of your screen. The bases loaded with Braves, McGriff, Lopez, and Jones. 1 out in the inning, and Jermaine Dye ahead in the count. 2-1. 3-1.
Borrowing from Tommy Glavine's theory of staying stubborn. David Weathers up and throwing. Ideal hitting situation here.
3-1 pitch. That will force home a run. A bases loaded walk. 2 walks, 2 hits in the inning. It's a 2-run Yankee lead. It's 3-1 here in the 4th.
Well, it appears Jimmy Key is really staying away right through the count against the Braves hitter, not willing to challenge anybody. Fastball away that Jermaine Dye fouls off. The one pitch during the sequence inside was called a ball. Away. Ball 4 appeared to be a slider in the dirt. Didn't want to give in on the 3-1 count with the bases loaded.
So that makes it a 2-run game, and the base is still loaded, 1 out. For the number 8 hitter, Terry Pendleton.
And again, it's an ideal hitting situation because a guy who is missing consistently outside, if he doesn't continue to stay stubborn like he has done, what he's going to do, he's going to make the adjustment over the middle of the plate.
Throughout his career, Pendleton has been outstanding with the bases loaded. He pops it foul. Strike 1. Lopez, the runner at third. He has a hit in the inning, as does Andrew Jones. Jermaine Dye, the bases loaded, RBI walk. One and one from Jimmy Key. The bases loaded, Terry Pendleton in his career, a .335 hitter with 4 grand slams.
Jimmy Key has not given up a grand slam in his career.
And again, outside, 2-1.
And he probably won't unless he gets the ball in the strike zone.
Mel Stottlemyre watching Key on 2-1, miss again outside. It's 3-1. David Weathers should be ready in the Yankee bullpen. Double play ball. Jeter steps and throws, inning over. A golden chance for Atlanta. They get only one.
Your cheating heart will make you weep. You'll cry and cry and try to sleep, but but sleep won't come. Your cheating heart will tell on you. When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see. Oh,
Feeling safe, being secure. It's why more families rely on Buick LeSabre than any other full-size sedan. Peace of mind from LeSabre.
Also, try Extra Strength Bayer. Nothing stronger for everyday pain.
Time marches on. And if you haven't planned for your retirement, you're losing ground. If you're like most Americans, you probably haven't saved enough, long enough, to retire on solid ground. That's why there's Sun America. Ask your financial advisor about Sun America today. Because the only thing that goes faster than money is time. Look to the sun, Sun America.
Fox Sports coverage of Major League Baseball's World Series is brought to you by Sun America, the retirement savings specialist.
The old blue light special at the Empire State Building. Blue lights commemorating the season for the New York Yankees. We get into the bottom of the fourth inning, and the Yankees up 3-2. Lead 3-1 as Tino Martinez looks at a ball from Maddox.
One guy we have not talked about in this series is Don Mattingly, who retired from the Yankees last year, an icon in this city, and probably nobody on either team to begin the 1996 season was under more pressure than Tino Martinez. Hard to replace a guy like Mattingly.
He responded so well. Hit 25 home runs, drove in 117 runs. And this postseason has got to be most frustrating 2 weeks of his life.
Well, the big thing about the postseason, though, regardless of what's happened up to this point, you have a big Game 6 and/or a big Game 7. It's all forgotten.
So far, he's struck out and he's set up here to ball and 2 strikes. Leading it off in the fourth. Into center field. Grissom drifting. One away. Right now, let's go down to Steve Lyons for an update on Mariano Duncan.
All right, Joe, I'm standing outside the Yankee clubhouse. Mariano Duncan was taken out of the game at the top of the fourth inning. He strained his shoulder while warming up for that inning. Luis Sojo takes over for him at second base. Back to you, Joe.
Thank you, Steve. So not hit in the mouth as was originally reported to us, but instead the strained throwing shoulder. Here is Darryl Strawberry. Grounded out to first, his first time up, and he takes a ball from Maddox.
There's a little cut fastball, almost like a little baby slider. Usually after he throws that, he comes back with the sinker inside off the plate.
One and one.
Likes this time to come back with a good straight changeup, although it's not straight by any stretch of the imagination. You see the downward movement on the ball.
Now the 1-1 to Strawberry. Strike 2.
You could drive a fleet of trucks from Chipper Jones, the third baseman who's playing the shortstop position, to the third baseline.
Maddox has Strawberry 1-2, and he strikes him out over the inside corner. 2 out.
Maddox first pitch, little cut fastball inside just off the corner, comes back with the changeup to get the swinging strike. Sinking fastball, sinking fastball.
2 strikeouts tonight for Maddox. 2 out, nobody on in the 4th inning. And here is Paul O'Neill. O'Neill has only 2 hits in the World Series. He has 2 doubles against Maddox. Lemke has plenty of time, and the Yankees go in order in the 4th. After the first 4 in Game 6, Yankees trying to wrap it up. They lead by 2.
To tap the clean taste of the Rockies. Tap the Rockies. The new Coors Light Wide Mouth can is here with a giant opening for a smoother pour.
At Cigna, we care about people who have babies. We care about companies that make steel and about companies that make bread. We care about life and about all that makes life great or possible or just better. At Cigna, we care because it is our business to care. But we also care because, well, we have babies too. Cigna, a business of caring.
When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see.
Feeling safe, being secure. It's why more families rely on Buick LeSabre than any other full-size sedan. Peace of mind from LeSabre.
Ever notice how some things look sweeter than they really are? Kellogg's Frosted Mini Wheat Cereal, 98% fat-free. One side's sweet, but one side's wheat for a surprisingly delicious sweet, but not too sweet taste. Kellogg's Frosted Mini Wheats. Don't be fooled by the frosting. Try it.
The new America's Most Wanted. America Fights Back. Now there's justice for all.
Premieres Saturday, November 9th after Cops.
Atlanta trails by 2 after the first 4 innings here in Game 6. It will be the number 9 hitter Blauser, then back to the top of the lineup. Grissom and Lemke against Jimmy Key. Ball 1 from Key to Blauser, who doubled his first time up. Big scoring chance for the Braves in the 4th inning. They had scored 1, had the bases loaded, 1 out, and a 3-1 count on Pendleton. Grounded into the easy inning-ending 6-3 double play.
And what could have been overlooked is in the 3rd inning, Pendleton on an error, and then Joe Girardi appeared to have pitched out. It was an odd pitch out, but he was nailed at second base before the Blauser double.
2-0 on Blauser here in the 5th inning. There's a strike, 2-1. Braves never did panic when they were down 3-1 to the St. Louis Cardinals in the NLCS. They got to be feeling it a little bit now. 3-1 the count on Blauser. They trail 3-1 5th inning. Full count. Looked like Blauser was taking all the way on 3-1.
Jimmy Key consistently putting himself in good hitters counts. Not all these Braves hitters are going to be taking 3-1 fastballs down the middle.
Weathers getting ready again. 3-2 to Blauser. Off the end of the bat, 1 away. So Key battles back to get Blauser, and now back to the top of the lineup. This week, Fox NFL Sunday talks with former co-host Jimmy Johnson as he gets ready for his biggest game ever as head coach of the Dolphins. Then it's exciting doubleheader action highlighted by the most talked about game of the season when Jimmy Johnson and the Dolphins take on the Dallas Cowboys. Won't want to miss Fox NFL Sunday, noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. Grissom is on with the base hit here with one out in the 5th inning. We'll be able to see that game, the Dolphins and the Cowboys here in New York. The only question that remains the baseball side now is, will that lead us into Game 7? Will there be a Game 7? Braves trying to win here tonight to force the deciding game here tomorrow night. A one-out hit by Grissom. That gets away. Grissom headed for second. Got it.
It was a great play by Joe Girardi, but I think Marquise Grissom was safe at second base. Matter of fact, I don't even think it was close. Looked like a high tag, and it looked like his foot was on the bag. Trying to be restrained there by first base umpire Jim Evans. Pat Corrales, the first base coach. We'll have to see it again, but the way I saw it, the tag was high, the foot was in there, didn't look like he was out.
Great athletic play by Joe Girardi as his right foot slides out from under him as he makes the throw. Still gets it on target. Obviously safe at second base.
It's a bad call right there. Straight in slide. Unless he tagged him in his left arm going down.
The swipe tag by Jeter after Grissom's foot had hit the bag.
Amazing that Girardi could make it even close.
Yeah, it was.
Off his back foot.
Not even close. Not even close. He's safe easy.
The only question was maybe if Jeter had tagged Grissom on his left arm as he put it up to start his slide, but you could see, and now Cox has been ejected.
And he's going to get into it with a third base umpire, Tim Welke, who he has had problems with this entire series.
Welke, you may recall, was the right field umpire that obstructed Jermaine Dye's attempt to catch a foul ball that led to a big inning. In the 4th game.
That followed the game the prior night when Andrew Jones was called out on a 3-2 pitch that looked well outside, and Tim Welke rung up Andrew Jones, which started the little history we have going on here.
The last manager that I can remember that was run from a World Series game was Whitey Herzog back in 1985. In Game 7. As you can say, he's in there right there. It really wasn't close to play at second base. He was safe.
Well, the umpire at second base, Terry Tate, is a National League umpire, so I'm sure Bobby's had his run-ins with him during the course of the season or the last several seasons.
But it was Welke who ejected him. As Cox was walking by, who knows what was said. But it was Welke who bounced him. Now Lemke flies to center. So after the long layoff, Key throws one pitch in the top of the 5th inning is history. Yankees bat, they lead by 2.
Someday, my office will have a window Someday, my boss will be me. Someday, I will meet the man of my dreams. Guess not today.
The Chevy Camaro's 200 horsepower 3800 V6. Therapeutic, isn't it?
You've been thinking about getting a digital satellite dish. And thinking some more. Well, think about this. The people at Radio Shack can answer your questions. Plus, now they've got great deals. Like a Prime Star satellite system for only about $1 a day plus installation. 95 channels of Prime sports and movies with terrific picture and sound quality. Think about it. Better yet, stop thinking about it. Radio Shack. You've got questions, we've got answers.
You need a home improvement loan, but the banks think you already have too many bills. Hi, I'm Dan Marino for First Plus Financial. Call First Plus now at this number for a Buster Plus loan. It combines home improvement and debt consolidation into one low monthly payment. You don't need equity, there are no application fees, and the interest may be tax deductible. Call First Plus now to apply and get an answer before you hang up. Remember, you don't need equity, you just need a phone.
When disasters strike. Monday on Nonstop Fox.
And now, a baseball moment from The Simpsons.
When I grow up, I want to be a baseball player. Get paid $7 million a year to spit and scratch myself.
God bless a little boy's dream.
Fox Sports coverage of Major League Baseball's World Series is brought to you by the new Coors Light Wide Mouth Can. Tap the Rockies with a smoother pour. By Genuine Chevrolet, the cars more Americans trust. By Advil, advanced medicine for pain. And by Visa, it's everywhere you want to be.
We get into the bottom of the 5th inning. Here at Yankee Stadium, tonight's aerial shots being provided by the Alta Vista on-site computing airship, demonstrating that business can be done over the internet from anywhere, even from 1,000 feet over Yankee Stadium. That's what's going on up above. What's going on down below. The Yankees out in front by 2, and Bobby Cox has been ejected. There was no doubt Cox had his reasons for his argument. Replays clearly showing that Grissom was safe. Got into it with a second base umpire, Terry Taden, as he walked off. May have said something, may not have said something to Tim Welke, who bounced Cox out of this game. Jimmy Williams, a third base coach. Sure, it will be a consortium between Jimmy Williams, Jim Beecham, and Leo Mazzoni over on that Braves dugout bench.
Maybe Jim Beecham will make the pitching changes. Jimmy Williams has had prior managing experience. So has Pat Corrales.
Here's Soho with his fly ball to right for Jermaine Dye. Fitting that Dye would catch that fly ball off the bat of Soho. This is the second incident between Bobby Cox and Tim Welke, the umpire, who was down the right field line in the way of Jermaine Dye. That was with Derek Jeter at the plate, who would later single, which led to a 3-run 6th inning in that crazy Game 4 in which the Yankees came back to win it 8-6 in 10 innings. The previous night it was a 3-2 pitch with Welke behind the plate, where Andrew Jones was called out on a breaking ball from John Wetland. 1 out, nobody on, and Joe Girardi with a count of 1-1.
Well, the good news for Bobby Cox, after a shaky 3rd inning when Maddox was getting everything up in the strike zone and the Yankee hitters were wailing away on him, he now seems to have found the zone again.
Off the end of the bat into shallow left, and that's going to fall in for a hit. Girardi 2 for 2. Came in 0 for 7 in the World Series. Tim, you're right about the last manager being ejected from a series game. Whitey Herzog in Game 7, the 1985 World Series with Kansas City. Bobby Cox is now the 6th manager to be ejected from a series game. 1-on-1 out for Derek Jeter, who combined with Girardi in that 3-run third inning for the Yankees. Jeter an RBI single, a stolen base, and a run scored.
And again, a running situation right here.
Girardi stays put as Jeter looks at ball one.
What managers try to do, they try to run the count favorable to the hitter to disallow the pitch out. Very few managers or catchers will pitch out on a 1-0 count or a 2-1 count. Girardi a fast runner, Jeter a contact hitter.
And a check on Girardi. Coming up in the 9th inning, Tim, Bob and I will award today's Chevrolet Player of the Game. Joe Girardi trying to throw his name in the hat. 13 stolen bases, the Yankee record for catchers. 1-on-1 out. Double play ball if someone can get to second. What a play by Lemke. What a play by Mark Lemke. 5-4-3 to end the 5th inning. And we go to the 6th at Yankee Stadium. Yankees out in front by 2.
There's a college team I practice with. Each one is out to prove that they can hit the Ryan Express. After a day of fastballs, it's Advil for me. Nothing has shown me that it works better or lasts longer than Advil. I love that sound.
Advanced medicine for pain.
Enterprise rent a car for my trip? Looks expensive.
It's not expensive, Mom.
They pick us up? Sounds expensive.
Pickup's free, Mom.
Well, if it's not expensive, why didn't I get a convertible?
Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
John is a pimp. I never could have outfought Santino.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not gonna take this anymore.
Their inexplicable behavior continues. Got to go now. Braveheart is on.
It's not TV. It's HBO.
But I didn't know till this day that it was Rossini all along.
Genuine Chevrolet. Then and now, the cars more Americans trust. The cars more Americans trust. Genuine Chevrolet.
Here, honey, drink your orange juice. There you go.
Finally, in health news, the American Cancer Society reports that along with a healthy diet, drinking more Florida orange juice may actually reduce your risk of some cancers. Hey, how about that? Well, that's news up to the minute. Updates on the quarter hour. It's now 23 minutes past.
Whenever you buy Florida orange juice, we make a donation to the American Cancer Society.
Sunday used to be the quietest night of the week. Not anymore.
Get an ambulance!
The X-Files on its new night, Sunday at 9, 8 Central.
This is why this was a spectacular play by Mark Lemke, because of the distance he had to cover on a ball that was hit hard to Chipper Jones with two guys who could run, one that hit it and one that was on first. What a play.
The 5-4-3 double play ends the 5th, and now Jimmy Key back to work in the 6th inning with the Yankees out in front 3-1. Chipper Jones leads it off, then McGriff, then Lopez. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Great job by Chipper Jones to start that double play by floating the ball over towards second base and allowing Lemke to run under it, much like a quarterback would to a wide receiver.
That's slicing down the right field line. It is trouble. Into the corner. It's a fair ball, and it hops into the seats for a leadoff ground rule double. Exactly what the Atlanta Braves needed to start the 6th inning.
And speaking of floating, that's what Chipper Jones to that sinker does to that sinker, going low and away. He hits it down the right field line, much the same as his double against Jimmy Key in Game 2.
Well, we've already seen David Weathers getting ready for the Yankees out of their bullpen. And whether it's Weathers or whether you get into Mariano Rivera land, here comes Mel Stottlemyre out to talk to Jimmy Key.
If Joe Torre and Mel Stottlemyre stick to their regimen, they would use Dave Weathers to hopefully get out of the 6th inning and then bring Rivera in to start the 7th.
Weathers is the one that for the 3rd time the last 2 innings is getting ready out in the Yankee bullpen.
Rivera is much more effective to start an inning. If he comes into the ballgame with runners on base, he's very susceptible to the stolen base. So for that reason alone, I'm sure David Weathers is cranking it up in a hurry.
So a leadoff double from Chipper Jones. Here's McGriff, who is grounded out, walked, and scored. Braves trail by 2 here in the top of the 6th inning. And a strike catches the outside corner to McGriff. Just low, 1 ball, 1 strike. Jimmy Key trying to get around a leadoff double. Up the middle. Soho to his right. Jones to 3rd with 1 out. And that's going to be the last hitter faced tonight by Jimmy Key. Jimmy Key gets into the 6th inning, and he'll give way to the Yankee bullpen.
Why do I rent from Enterprise? Very simple. No stress. They arrange to pick me up free, so I don't have to ask anyone for a ride. See? No stress.
Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
When was the last time you saw something really amazing?
That's amazing? That is amazing. Definitely amazing.
Flexon, the most flexible metal frame you've ever seen. The most comfortable frame you've ever worn. Flexon by Marchon.
It's equal parts, sweat and steel. It's decisions made in the split of a second. And pain endured for the length of a day. And at the finish, you're either toasting victory or getting set to do it all over again next week. It's auto racing, the way we do it on the Miller team.
You will be called private, specialist, or sergeant. Beneath the ribbons on your chest will be the souls of those who came before. You will be an individual, but triumph as a team. You will know strength, courage, and compassion. You will win what must be won, achieve what must be done.
Be all that you can be.
You will be a soldier.
Here comes the pitch.
Take me out to the ball game.
Okay.
Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and some Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I never get back. Let me root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes you out at the old ball game. What a game.
Our Aflac trivia question, not supplied by the folks at Aflac. Instead, the Honorable George E. Pataki, Governor of the state of New York, asks which New York Yankee holds the longest hitting streak in the World Series. It's our Aflac trivia question. Think about that as Jimmy Key thinks about his 5 1/3 innings here tonight, as he gives way to the Yankee bullpen. And first, it's David Weathers. Runner at third, one out. Chipper Jones aboard for Javi Lopez. And a strike over the inside corner.
Weathers facing Javier Lopez in game 4 in the 5th inning with 2 on. He struck him out primarily on low fastballs.
A deadline pickup by the Yankees, and he's had a very good postseason. And he's quickly 0-2 on Lopez.
You know, Weathers is a sinker slider guy. Everything he throws is hard. He's not really going to change speeds very much. Very aggressive, comes right at the hitters.
These Atlanta hitters all night, at least the right-handers, have been looking away, and already Weathers has come in on Javi Lopez, and he's 0-2. Now away, and he struck him out.
He really set Javier Lopez up well with the fastball inside. Fastball inside fouled away, off the plate away. Fine job by David Weathers.
With 3 pitches, he does away with Javier Lopez. Now a runner at third, 2 out. And it takes a hit for Atlanta to climb closer. It's Andrew Jones. Inside again for ball 1.
Well, through the first 5 1/3 against Jimmy Key, the Braves hitters only had to worry about the outside corner and whether a pitch was a strike or a ball. Weathers enters the game and immediately starts working both sides of the plate. Completely different look.
One and one. Two balls and a strike on Andrew Jones, who is singled and struck out tonight. Graham Lloyd, the left-hander. Jeff Nelson, the right-hander, getting ready for the Yankees in their pen. Three and one.
Tough slider down and away from Andrew Jones after throwing a fastball up and in. Girardi wanted that call, didn't get it.
Tying run at the plate, runner at third, 2 out. 3-1 from Weathers. That will put the tying run aboard. A strikeout and a walk from Weathers. It's first and third, 2 out. And Jermaine Dye will be called back to the Atlanta dugout.
And Joe Torre's already thought of that. Graham Lloyd, the left-hander, warming up specifically for one hitter, and that's Ryan Klesko. Joe Torre just waiting until Klesko is announced, and one would think he would bring in Lloyd. It's the only reason he's warming up.
Here comes Torre. As Klesko is announced as the pinch hitter. Klesko will bat for Jermaine Dye. Joe Torre will make his second pitching change of the 6th inning. Weathers got 1 out. He walks Andrew Jones. And now we see Graham Lloyd.
This remarkable medicine is the best ever invented for heartburn, indigestion, and pain. It has the power to start working instantly. It's the only one that relieves indigestion and the pain that comes with it. It's no ordinary medicine. It's Alka-Seltzer. That's right. No caplet, no liquid has Alka-Seltzer's effervescent power to speed relief. Plus the medicine to relieve your worst symptoms. Alka-Seltzer, the best medicine for heartburn and pain. Try great tasting cherry, too.
I helped my dad build this place. Well, help. I was so small I could barely swing the hammer. But he taught me a lot about tools. He used to say, you can buy cheap tools every couple of years. Or you can buy Stanley once.
Since 1843, a company from New Britain, Connecticut has been helping people do things right. Stanley.
I even take my tape roll fishing. Well, that way I'll know how big a story to tell.
You, and you have the right to play sports until the cows come home.
You have the right to assemble.
You have the right to be equipped.
You have the right to free speech.
But anything you say can be held against you.
That's life.
Liberty.
And the pursuit of the goal.
But you don't have the right to remain thirsty.
Not when there's Gatorade.
Because every athlete has the right to be quenched.
These are your rights.
Now get out there and exercise them.
Life is a sport.
Drink it up.
The promise of tomorrow. To put down roots. To be there for your kids. To watch your family grow. Owning a home means something different to everyone, but the dream always starts the same. For a free guide that can help you on the path to homeownership, call the Fannie Mae Foundation. We're showing America a new way home.
Joe Torre on his way out to take out David Weathers, checking with home plate umpire right there. Jerry Davis making sure Klesko was announced before he made the move.
His move, as Ryan Klesko was announced, is to bring in Graham Lloyd. An ERA of 0 in 5 innings pitched. First and third, 2 out. Tying runs on, and ball 1 outside to Klesko. Klesko's last start was in Game 3 against David Cone. He's on pinch hitting for Jermaine Dye with runners at the corners, 2 out. Getting a good look at these first 2 pitches, 2-0.
Klesko, a typical left-handed power hitter, down and in and up and out over the plate, and he can pull that pitch away from him.
Gets under it, pops it up. Klesko in this series is 0 for 3 against Graham Lloyd.
Some people long for the good old days, before there were hundreds of channels of television, before there was an internet to surf, before you could email someone. Days, they were pretty. Experience things I've never experienced. Otherwise, what's the point of being here?
Phillips Magnavox.
I heard about this car that's supposed to be safe for you and your kids, but it's so expensive you probably couldn't afford to have kids and that car at the same time. How about a Chevrolet Cavalier? It comes with a safety cage, dual airbags, even standard anti-lock brakes. So for around $12,000, you really can get everything you want in a safe car, including kids. Who decided that only people who can afford expensive cars should be safe? Get the car that's easy to own, a Cavalier. Genuine Chevrolet, the cars more Americans trust.
Trusting the wrong diarrhea medicine can put you in a very uncomfortable position. But you can count on Imodium AD to stop diarrhea, often in one dose. You could end up taking dose after dose after dose of the pink stuff to stop diarrhea as effectively as Imodium AD. Don't take chances with diarrhea.
You should have taken Imodium AD.
Take Imodium AD.
Sorry.
One dose relief you can count on.
Last night, millions experienced the series premiere of Millennium. This Friday, see what all the excitement is.
Major League Baseball presents the Ultimate Series Souvenir, the official 1996 World Series video. All the drama of the 1996 World Series, plus exclusive interviews are showcased in this remarkable video. To order the 96 World Series video for $19.95 plus $4.95 shipping, use your credit card and call 1-800-787-6227. 1-800-787-6227. A message from Major League Baseball.
There's your score into the bottom of the 6th inning here at Yankee Stadium, Game 6. And guys, the Atlanta Braves have left 6 runners on base.
Ryan Klesko pinch hitting for Jermaine Dye. And Graham Lloyd coming in. He has not allowed a base runner in this series. What a remarkable job from the guy from down under.
Maddox back to work in the bottom of the 6th inning, dealing with Boggs. And a count 0-2. Klesko stays in the game. He's in playing left field, and that moves Andrew Jones from left to right. So he had to deal with the fans in the left field bleachers, and now he meets some new friends out in right. Boggs has flied to right twice. Reaching, hit the mound. That helped Lemke. 1 out. About the answer for our Aflac trivia question. Which New York Yankee holds the longest hitting streak in the World Series? Hank Bauer, 17 consecutive games. That's our Aflac trivia answer. And our thanks to Governor George Pataki. He submitted that question.
So I guess he knew the answer, too.
I would hope so, yeah.
1 out, nobody on. Bernie Williams looks at a ball low.
That's not fair asking trivia questions if you don't know the answer.
Right.
Williams has that RBI single his last time up. Jermaine Dye is finished for the rest of the night. Maddox has had that one bad inning. 1-1 on Williams. Maddox back in that 3-run 3rd inning allowed a leadoff double to Paul O'Neill. Duncan moved the runner over. There's Rivera getting ready. An RBI triple by Joe Girardi. He scored on a hit by Jeter, who stole second, and scored on a hit by Williams. 1 out, nobody on. Williams, that's down the left field line. Trouble. Klesko on the run is there for the 2nd out of the inning.
Klesko, a much improved defensive outfielder. This ball slicing away from him down in that short porch in left field. Stays on that ball very nicely.
While we show the replays, a fan has gotten loose on the field. Quickly disposed of. And with 2 out, nobody on here in the 6th inning, the batter will be Cecil Fielder. While all the security guards go back to their posts, security guards have been going through 2-a-days to get ready for tonight's game. And you just hope that that one fan doesn't trigger the domino effect, literally. 2 out, nobody on here in the 6th inning. And Cecil Fielder waits the night for Maddox as opposed to game 2. The only column that matters to Maddox is that run category, and he's allowed 3 as he's worked here tonight, none through 8 innings in game 2. Fielder is grounded out twice. One and one.
Some fans spoil it for a few, but there's a real diehard Yankee fan. Guy with the sign behind home plate, sporting Tommy John's career earned run average.
Really?
Yeah. There it is, right there. Let's telestrate that right there, folks. Tommy John's ERA for his career. Not bad. That's a real Yankee fan there.
Oh, there's no doubt. Scary that you would know that.
3.14.
Base is empty. 2 out. Fielder's grounded out twice. Hanging breaking ball into left, right to Klesko. He fields it on a hop. Here's a rare hanger from Greg Maddux, and Fielder put the bat on the ball. Klesko didn't get a real good read on it, and it fell in front of him.
When power hitters take a big cut on pitches up in the zone, your natural instinct as an outfielder is to break back. Ball wasn't hit off the head of the bat. Klesko was fooled. It drops in for a single.
Now Tino Martinez. 1 for 10 in this series. Fielder's not going anywhere on that ball. Ball 1. Good time for the duck dance, I guess. 1 on, 2 out. A strike on a changeup, 1-1.
Well, Greg Maddux had only one of those throw it and duck innings, and that was in the third when New York scored all 3 runs. He was up in the zone that inning, but for the most part, you exclude that third inning, he's kept the ball down fairly well.
Girardi, a flare hit in the 5th inning, a hanger that stayed in the ballpark off the bat of Cecil Fielder. They hit to left with 2 out, and now Maddux behind to the count 2-1 on Tino Martinez. Joe Girardi has been a big part of the Yankees attack here tonight. Not only at the plate with an RBI triple and a run scored and a single, but when he cut down Grissom on that ball that got away. Off the end of the bat to Lemke, inning over. We have played 6 here at Yankee Stadium. Yankees still out in front by 2. Back to Yankee Stadium after this from your local Fox station.
There may be some record temperatures broken on Sunday. I'm Paul Delegado. Will explain coming up after the ball game.
When it came to offering the year's best deal on Ford Taurus, we realized something. It takes 2 to tango. Introducing $2,000 cash back on Taurus, or get 1.9% financing for 48 months. Either way, you're getting America's best-selling car. But this offer won't last, so hurry to your local Southern Ford dealer. Hey, nothing tops this deal. And that ought to leave you dancing in the streets. Get $2,000 back from Ford or 1.9% financing on any new 96 Taurus today.
Eyewitness Sports. Popping and dropping, shooting, slap-shotting, on diamonds and gridirons, in a cup or a bowl. Teamed with a network that's on a big roll. Eyewitness Sports, Florida's news leader.
Nicole is a high school junior with short brown hair. She has smoked marijuana since she was 13. She told the New York Times, "Look at Bill Clinton. He smoked marijuana and became president. He said that if he tried it again, he'd inhale."
If you had it to do over again, would you inhale?
Sure, if I could. I tried before.
Before you vote, remember, our children have to live with the president we give them.
In creating the Chrysler Sebring convertible, we didn't just chop the top off a coupe. Sebring's new from the ground up. It's different from other convertibles. It's cab forward, of course. In fact, it has more rear legroom and more trunk space than any other convertible. Sebring also has a rigid frame to help keep it quiet. And it gets very different when you look at everything it comes with, including the price. That's the biggest difference of all.
See your local Chrysler and Plymouth dealer today.
A reminder from Fox 13. Set your clocks back 1 hour tonight.
Stadium, which is just drenched in baseball tradition. Monument Park, a monument for Babe Ruth. Yankee Stadium opening on April 18th, 1923. Who hits the first home run? Who else? Babe Ruth. Yankees were in the Polo Grounds before coming to Yankee Stadium. They played here since 1923, save the 2 years in 74 and 75 when Yankee Stadium was remodeled and renovated. But quite a home field advantage for these Yankees, who have not been taking advantage of the home field up until now. They lead 3-1 into the 7th inning. New third baseman Charlie Hayes, new pitcher Mariano Rivera. 7th inning, 3-1 New York. And a ball to Terry Pendleton leading off. Terry by far the key at bat for the Braves so far after Atlanta broke through with a bases loaded RBI walk to Jermaine Dye in the 4th inning. He had a count of 3-1 with the bases loaded and grounded into the inning-ending rally-killing double play. 2-0 from Rivera.
And Terry up there taking a strike, it appears. That's because the Braves are trailing by 2 runs, not 1. Up there hacking if they're trailing by 1, but he gets 4 straight balls from Rivera.
How about that? Mariano Rivera, a walk on 4 straight to start the 7th inning, and that'll bring the tying run to the plate. So Rivera comes on after Graham Lloyd went a 1/3 of an inning, getting Klesko to pop up with 2 on 2 out to end the top of the 6th. Weathers a 1/3 of an inning. Struck out 1, walked 1. After Key went 5 1/3. Here's Jeff Blauser. He's doubled, he's lined out. And he's late. Strike 1.
Well, Rivera can get erratic around the strike zone, particularly up in the strike zone. But he gets a lot of swinging strikes on pitches that are up out of the strike zone because of that tremendous velocity.
10 postseason appearances, that ERA around a half, 4th lowest all time, and he's 0-2 on Blauser. This has been the formula for the Yankees all year long. You get a start from whoever, Pettit, Key, Cone, it doesn't matter. You have a lead. You hand it over to Rivera for the 7th and 8th. You hand it over to Wetland for the 9th. Oh, 2 to Blauser. That should stay in play. It will. Behind second for Soho. 1 out. So Blauser 1 out of 3, and back to the top of the lineup. It'll be Marquise Grissom.
I think one of the reasons that Mariano Rivera is so successful is he throws hard, sure, but there are a lot of pitchers in the major leagues that throw as hard as Rivera, but none have the nice, easy motion before the exploding fastball.
Strike 1 on Grissom. Grissom a single his last time up, then with Lemke at the plate, a ball got away. Girardi off his back foot fired a strike down to second. Grissom was called out. And he was clearly safe, which eventually led to the ejection of Bobby Cox. Strike 2. 96 miles per hour from Rivera. Double play ball, maybe. 6-4. Didn't get them both. The force out 6-4. Now Joe Torre will put up a mild argument at first base. But I think it's the same as we talked about a couple of innings ago. Soho just had too far to go because he was playing so far in the hole on the right side that he couldn't turn 2.
Well, he knew he didn't have much time, so he tried to throw on the move. As his foot hits the bag, he tries to jump and throw all in one motion. Makes a nice play to get rid of the ball. Tino Martinez with a good dig. Looked like he beat it.
As we showed you with Lemke in the 5th inning, covering a lot of ground, Soho had to do it, and they couldn't get Grissom with his speed. Now Lemke comes up empty, strike one.
You notice since those 4 straight balls to open the inning to Terry Pendleton, he has not thrown one in the last 2+ hitters. His idea of a waste pitch is one waist high.
One and one on Lemke, 95 miles per hour from Rivera. Into center field. Bernie Williams is there. Top of the 7th inning, over. Time is running out on the Braves, and right now, Rivera holds the clock.
Like most car companies, we like to keep our new models a secret before we introduce them to the public.
Hornet!
So we cover up the name when we're out on a test drive.
Whose red car is that out there in the parking lot?
This tends to pique some people's curiosity.
It's probably me. Am I blocking you?
No, it's okay. I was walking by. It sure caught my eye.
Take our new coupe, for example. We gave it a new look and made over 100 improvements.
It looks real fast.
Oh, it is. Got some zip. This is great coffee, ma'am. You think I could get a cup to go?
Then we test drove it, thousands of miles across the country.
Comfortable, is it?
Yes, sir. Drove all the way from Tennessee.
But we kept it disguised so you'd be surprised when you saw it in a showroom.
So, what is it?
I'm not supposed to tell you.
We never thought, though, that people would be able to figure out what car it was just by meeting the people who drove it. Well, so much for keeping a secret.
I'm not everyone, I'm me. So when I decided to quit smoking, I did not choose that one-size-fits-all patch. I chose Nicorette gum. Nicorette has this flexible dosing schedule that helped me control my cravings. It let me use the strength I needed, the amount I needed, when I needed it. Nicorette was personal. It fit me. You know, me the non-smoker. Me.
Nicorette gum will help you quit smoking successfully by helping you control your cravings. You can do it. Nicorette can help.
Hyperkeratosis? Symptom: persistent, itchy, flaky scalp. Solution: Neutrogena T-Gel. It works. Neutrogena T-Gel Shampoo. Recommended #1 by dermatologists.
Washington is selling our future to the special interests.
Don't waste your vote on someone who will sell you out.
Ross Perot is the only candidate who will work for our interest instead of the special interest.
Just vote for Ross, because you own this country.
Jane's obsession with her ex-lover will drive her to...
You have to watch Melrose Place, Monday on Nonstop Fox.
Well, at over 130 feet long and filled with 70,000 cubic feet of helium, the Alta Vista on-site computing airship, providing all these great shots from high above Yankee Stadium. We get ready for the bottom of the 7th inning. Maddox back to the mound. Strawberry leads it off. Strike one. It will be Strawberry, O'Neill, and Soho for the Yankees here in the 7th. Mariano Rivera issued the leadoff walk and then blew right through the Braves. Blauser, Grissom, and Lemke. Now 2-1 from Maddox on Strawberry.
You can see Maddox snatching that ball back from Javier Lopez, very upset with himself. He doesn't find himself in the hole 3-1 very often.
And a walk to Strawberry to start the 7th. November 1st, it's the all-new 24-hour sports cable network, Fox Sports Net. Get ready for the revolutionary Fox Sports News. In-depth coverage that takes you live to every major event, coast to coast, 7 days a week. At Fox Sports News, we are there. Wayne and Janet Gretzky. Wayne, of course, now a member of the New York Rangers. And don't forget the NHL All-Star Game coming up here on Fox, January 18th. 1 on, nobody out for Paul O'Neill.
The great one. And as far as every baseball fan knows, Greg Maddux is the great one as far as pitching is concerned. Give you an idea, he walked Strawberry to lead off the inning. That's only the second batter to lead off the inning in his last 261 innings, including postseason.
O'Neill shoots one foul. Up to 82 pitches, which is his total from game 2 when he won 8 shutout innings.
Usually you would think about starting Darryl Strawberry to stay out of the double play. Paul O'Neill grounded into 21 double plays during the season, but Strawberry with the bad toe, O'Neill with the bad hamstring. Not really much Joe Torre can do.
The Braves with an active bullpen. 1-1 on O'Neill. Nagel and Bilecki getting ready for Atlanta as Maddux issues his first walk of this year's World Series. Broken bat, ground ball to McGriff. 3-6-3 for the double play here in the 7th.
Bob, it looked to me like Darryl Strawberry took off and then stopped. He did right there. O'Neill breaks his bat. An easy double play by Fred McGriff, a 3-6-3. And as you mentioned, Bob, that neither runs well, but there's that fake break by Strawberry. I wonder if he missed a sign.
See Strawberry going out of his way to try to break up that double play.
O'Neill now 1 out of 3. Soho shoots it foul. Luis has a hit and an RBI in this series, 2 overall in the World Series, but his RBI hit came in that 5-2 win for the Yankees in Game 3 in Atlanta. He's 0 for 1 since entering back in the 4th. Two out, nobody on. Soho down the left field line. Extra bases for Soho. It's a double with 2 out. That's his 3rd hit in the World Series.
Soho in the game as a defensive replacement, although tonight, because Mariano Duncan was injured, one thing they have in common is they like to go up there and swing that bat. Neither guy's going to get cheated.
And the inning continues for Girardi. He's tripled, he's singled, he's driven in a run, he's scored a run. Right-hand Blauser, good play, took a funny hop, and the inning comes to a close. We have played 7. Braves bat, 8th inning, time running out. Rivera back to work.
Husky, the toughest name in tools. Guaranteed forever, and only at the Home Depot.
Nearly half of all eligible Americans
Don't even bother to vote. People like me, we're disgusted with politicians
selling out to special interests.
But this time, I'm not wasting my vote.
I'm voting for Ross. Because you own this country.
Wrangler jeans. Available in the 2 colors boys prefer most. Black and blue. Wrangler. Real, comfortable jeans. Pine Lake. 3 friends. 3 pair of Wrangler jeans. Everybody's comfortable. Even the fish. Wrangler. Real, comfortable jeans.
Inside your car's fuel system, there's a constant battle between good and evil. So if you have a dirty fuel system, none of these dark forces can match the power of STP Complete Fuel System Cleaner. STP's most technologically advanced fuel system cleaner ever. Dirt has met its match. STP Complete Fuel System Cleaner.
When was the last time you saw something really amazing?
That's amazing? That is amazing. Definitely amazing.
Frame you've ever worn.
Test. Dinerex tingled. Head and shoulders, nothing.
All these have effective dandruff medicine, but Dinerex has something extra that tingles, feels fresh.
You won't see me scratching my head in Miami.
Dinerex, the serious dandruff shampoo.
Witness the most incredible disasters caught on tape in the special everyone will be talking about. Oh my God. When disasters strike, Monday on Nonstop Fox.
Carver, Bob Brenly back at you. We are ready for the 8th inning. Girardi has had a big night, as has Derek Jeter. Bernie Williams drove in the 3rd run in that 3-run 3rd inning. Jermaine Dye, a bases-loaded walk for the only Atlanta RBI. And Bobby Cox was ejected from the game back in the 5th inning after arguing a call at second base when Grissom was called out. Replay showed he was safe. Chipper Jones leads it off against Rivera. And he hits the first pitch into center. 8th inning, 1 pitch, 1 out. If there is a Game 7, it's David Cone and Tom Glavine, and it's tomorrow night, and it will be right here on Fox at 7 Eastern. The Braves hope to put on those sanitary socks one more time in 1996. Yankees trying to wrap up their first World Championship since 1978. One and one to McGriff. Broken bat, back up the middle, Jeter. 2 out.
There is a huge difference in the late innings being in front by 2 runs as opposed to 1 run. The third baseman and the first baseman are off the line. The outfield doesn't have to play extra deep to guard against an extra base hit. You're looking at a conventional defense now with the Yankees up by 2.
2 out, nobody on. Yankees happy Rivera didn't offer it that ball back up the middle with his bare hand. Lopez, strike 1. A walk, a single, a strikeout for Hobby. NLCS MVP. Only 4 hits in the World Series. 1 and 1. What a run it's been for the Atlanta Braves through the 90s. They're in the World Series for the 4th time in the last 5 World Series. Strike 2 on Lopez. We're in the 8th inning. Rivera trying to get it to the 9th inning, and John Wetland.
Girl, you really got me now. You got me so I don't know what I'm doing. Girl, you really got me now. You got me so I get some bad night. Girl, you really got me now. You got me so I don't know where I'm going. Yeah. Oh yeah, you really got me now. Got me so I get some bad night. You really got me. You really got me. You really got me. Oh no,
What an extraordinary time to be a child. Now that we can surf the internet through our TVs, the world is literally at their fingertips. Children are our future. The better we make the world for them, the better we make the world for us.
Web TV from Philips Magnavox. The power of the internet now on your own television.
Good evening, I'm Lloyd Towers. After the game, see what's happening at Guavaween. We'll be live on the street. And at the Ice Palace, the Lightning and the Devils after the game.
Sports coverage of Major League Baseball's World Series is brought to you by Philips Magnavox, bringing the power of the internet to your own television. By Nicorette Gum, now available without a prescription. You can do it. Nicorette can help. By Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up. And by Miller Lite, American Light Lager Gold Medal winner at the 1996 World Beer Cup.
Well, this place is shaking literally as we get into the bottom of the 8th inning. Yankees batting, Yankees leading in the game and in the series. George Steinbrenner and all the Yankee fans hoping tonight is the night they bring the World Championship back to New York for the first time since 1978. Ted Turner, different sort of rally cap. Right now, he and the Braves hope Maddox can keep it a 2-run game. Jeter leads it off and takes a strike. Good pitch in on the hands, 0-2. Maddox still trying to hit those corners, 1 and 2. Two and 2.
Well, and Jerry Davis, the home plate umpire, has been very consistent tonight. He didn't give it to Jimmy Key. He's not giving it to Greg Maddux.
From 0-2 to 3-2. Charlie Hayes on deck. One away here in the bottom of the 8th inning as Maddox strikes out his 3rd. Well, if the Yankees hang on and win coming up after the game, the NASDAQ postgame show, followed in New York by bonus coverage during the Channel 5 News, and we'll be here with additional interviews and analysis on the Fox News Channel. That is if the Yankees hang on. 3 more big outs coming for Atlanta. Charlie Hayes digs in for the first time tonight. Boggs was 0 for 3 while he was in there. Mariano Duncan had to leave with a strained throwing shoulder back in the 4th. He's back out and watching. What would this series have been if David Justice were healthy? 2-0 on Hayes. Andy Pettitte, the game of his life in Game 5 on Thursday night in Atlanta. 2-1 on Hayes. Larich, the swing of his life in Game 4 on Wednesday night in Atlanta. The game-tying 3-run home run in the 8th inning. Up the middle, knocked down by Maddox. Another fine play, 2 out.
That's why he wins 7 Gold Gloves. Just a great awareness on the mound. A lot of pitchers would be fooled by balls hit back through the box, either thinking they're hit harder than they are or slower than they really are. Maddox always seems to have that glove in a good position to make the play.
What a postseason and series it's been for Graham Lloyd. What a weapon against this Atlanta lineup. 2 out, nobody on. Bernie Williams, strike 1.
The entire Yankee bullpen had a great World Series. Lineup.
Since Game 1, that Yankee bullpen has allowed only 2 earned runs. And they've had plenty of work. 1-1 on Williams. Bob Watson put all of this together. His first year as Yankee general manager. Bernie hit a homer. They're thinking. 1-1 to Williams. That's out of play. Not only did Bob Watson help put all this together, on the recommendation from Arthur Richmond, senior advisor to George Steinbrenner, he brought in Joe Torre. Doc Gooden back in New York. 2 out, nobody on, and Williams steps out.
Matter of fact, Joe Torre was interviewed for the general manager's job, turned it down, and a week later accepted the manager's job of the Yankees.
2-2. Wade Boggs, his first trip back to the World Series since 1986. Have we had fun showing him throughout this World Series? 2 balls, 2 strikes on Bernie Williams. 2 out, nobody on. To the right of Lemke, a base hit. You know, while we set this up, with the Yankees out in front 3-1. Here comes Jim Beecham, the acting manager for the Braves. He's going to pull Greg Maddux here in the 8th inning. Just going to say the Braves have 3 more outs, and they will have Andrew Jones, Ryan Klesko, and Terry Pendleton to the plate in the 9th. Greg Maddux cannot be a winner in Game 6. Great work. He leaves with the Braves down by 2.
How do you get this equipment to these troops when there's a river between them? Build a bridge. Problem solving. You need it now in college. Learn it now in the Army Reserve.
Be all that you can be.
Get a tough case of athlete's foot, and you're benched. You get that itching, the cracking, the burning. That's when you want a medicine that acts tough. Boom! Tough Actin Tenactin. It cures even tough cases of athlete's foot. Get Tough Actin Tenactin.
You've been thinking about getting a digital satellite dish. And thinking some more. Well, think about this. The people at Radio Shack can answer your questions. Plus, now they've got great deals. Own an RCA brand DSS dish with programming for about $1 a day plus installation. Up to 200 channels of select movies and sports available on USSB and DirecTV. Think about it. Better yet, stop thinking about it. Radio Shack. You've got questions, we've got answers.
There are 6 million small business owners in America.
And 80 million of us who work for them.
Don't waste your vote this time.
Ross Perot is the only candidate who will work for our interest instead of the special interest.
Vote for Ross Perot.
Because you own this country.
Hey, Max, glad I caught you. You know what I just discovered at Pizza Hut? The perfect pizza. Not too thick, not too thin. Just like, pizzeria pizza. Freshly baked every day. And here's the kicker. A ring of cheese baked right into the crust. Imagine.
Why are you telling me? I'm a dog.
I'm telling everyone.
Discover Pizzeria's Stuffed Crust Pizza. Now we've got your pizza.
And the best part, Max, a large is only $8.99. Great, huh?
There's a medical emergency, but no hospital. What do? Build one. Leadership. Learn it now in the Army Reserve. Use it now in your career.
Win, lose, or draw, what more do you want from Greg Maddux? Every time he takes a baseball in his hand, he gives your team a chance to win. Only one bad inning tonight, and he gives way to Mark Wohlers.
Yeah, Wohlers followed Greg Maddux in Game 2 of this series. Much better results that night for the Braves as they combined to shut out the Yankees 4-0. Wohlers struck out the side. Also gave up one base hit in that one inning of work.
Maddux working 15 2/3 innings and giving up 3 runs.
Cannot be a winner tonight. Now it's Wohlers facing Cecil Fielder. 1 on, 2 out, trying to shut down the 8th. That's too much to handle upstairs. Strike 1.
Well, a power pitcher like Wohlers does not have a good move to first base. Bernie Williams with 17 stolen bases on the year. This is a good time to run, even though you do have the power hitter at the plate.
There he goes. Strike 2, no throw, stolen base, Bernie Williams. That is his first of the World Series.
Big lead, big jump. After that, just tremendous speed. Great athlete, Bernie Williams.
And that high leg kick of Mark Wohlers. All power pitchers have that big leg kick.
Runner at second, 2 out, and the 0-2 to Fielder. Just fighting it off to stay alive. Still 0-2. Runner at second, Williams, 2 out. And an 0-2 count on Cecil Fielder. Plenty of time for Blauser. Inning over. We head to the 9th. Here in the Bronx, they're 3 outs away from a world championship.
Hey, Jimmy, how's the leg?
Leg's just fine.
Doesn't look too good.
No pain at all.
The way you banged it up the other day?
No problem. Doctor gave me Tylenol. Extra strength.
Tylenol? For that kind of pain?
Just watch me, son.
For the pain of traumatic injuries, Tylenol is recommended the most by doctors.
Hey, Brad. How's my leg?
Tylenol, the pain reliever hospitals use most.
In the game of politics, choosing a candidate can be a difficult move. That's because candidates make lots of promises. Promises, promises, promises. So, who will you choose?
Her.
Good choice, because she has an ice-cold Miller Lite, which makes only one promise: great taste. Join the party. Choose Miller Lite. Life is good. And when you vote, life is really good.
Everyone hopes their financial future will be smooth sailing. What you need is MetLife. We know the hazards and offer financial information and sound advice to help you rise above them. We'll help you make sense of it all. Get Met. It pays.
The newly designed Nissan Maxima. It's attracting a lot of attention.
Don't miss The Simpsons Mini Marathon.
Oh my God, Marge, it's escaped.
Sunday at 7/6 Central on Nonstop Fox.
This World Series got underway last Sunday night after the Saturday night start was rained out. It started Sunday night, and it was a 12-1 Atlanta win, followed by a 4-0 Atlanta win in Game 2. Since then, the Yankees have won 3 in a row. They've won all 8 they've played on the road in the postseason. John Wetteland will try to save every one of the Yankee victories in the World Series. He has 5 saves in the postseason, 3 in the World Series, and the Yankees are 3 outs away from their first World Championship since 1978.
And if the Yankees do win it, the parade will be down in the Battery on Tuesday morning.
John Wetteland takes over. Andrew Jones leads it off and looks at a ball. Andy Pettitte was praying in Game 5. He's back at it in Game 6. 1-1. Andrew Jones, very patient as always. 2-1. Klesko will follow, and then Pendleton. 2-2. Three and 2 from Wetteland. Wetteland can hit a wild streak. And he's 3 and 2 on Andrew Jones, who has swung the bat only once in this at bat. One out, and now Klesko. Up the middle, off the glove of Jeter, and Klesko is on. With 1 out in the 9th inning, that means the tying run will come to the plate.
Ground ball that eludes John Wetteland. He can't make the pivot and bring the glove to the right-hand side. As a result, Jeter's forced to field the ball. And Klesko has an infield hit. The Yankees certainly not guilty of counting their money while still at the table.
1 on, 1 out for Terry Pendleton. He's reached on an error, grounded into a double play, and walked.
Joe Torre making sure Bernie Williams is the proper depth. Outfielders are reminded on any hit to the outfield, throw the ball to second base. No doubles in this situation. You don't want the potential tying run to get to second base.
Gentlemen, look who's on deck. Luis Polonia, waiting for an opportunity to redeem himself.
This a long way from over. Something got loose down the left field line. That was the reason for the delay. 1 on, 1 out. Pendleton. Strike 2. Just missed inside, and Pendleton able to hold up 1 and 2.
It appeared that he held up. This ball just off the plate on the hands. It's close.
And a 1-2 count on Pendleton. Into right field. That's a hit. Klesko will stop. Now he'll head to third. Throw cut off, and it's first and third, 1 out. Pendleton comes through with his second hit of the World Series, and now the tying runs are on.
A breaking ball over the middle of the plate. And Paul O'Neill making sure that he throws the ball to second base to keep Pendleton at first. And as Dave Winfield said, Luis Polonia, the pinch hitter, a little redeeming value here, right, David?
Back-to-back singles after the strikeout. Pettit can't watch again. Now Polonia batting for Blauser. Right down the middle, strike 1.
Jose Cardinal in the game the other night, part of the reasons, or one of the reasons, that the Yankees, there's Cardinal right there, moves the outfielders around. Polonia was the batter against Wetland. 8 straight fastballs, and Cardinal moves O'Neill into right center field. That was one of the reasons that O'Neill got to the ball hit by Polonia.
First and third, 1 out. Tying runs on for the Braves. Strike 2. You can see just how far O'Neill is off the line. Cardinal and the Yankees do not believe Polonia can pull Wetland. First and third, 1 out.
So with that in mind, you don't throw him a breaking ball like you throw Pendleton, because the breaking ball is the pitch that you can get around on. And if Wetland's pitching to the defense now, he'll continue to throw one fastball after another.
Andrew Jones led off. He struck out. Back-to-back singles by Klesko and Pendleton. Now Polonia. 2 out. It took Joe Torre 4,272 games as both player or manager to get to the World Series. Rafael Belliard will come in and pinch run for Pendleton. That's the tying run at first. Joe Torre and the Yankees are now 1 out away from the Yankees' 23rd World Championship. It's Wetland and Grissom. To the right side and through. A base hit. In to score is Klesko. Belliard will stop at second, and now one more hit could pull the Braves back even. 3 singles in the inning, and it's a 1-run game.
First ball hitting, fastball away, poked into right field.
Two more hits tonight for Grissom, 12 in this World Series. Now it's first and second, 2 out for Lemke. Strike one.
There are a lot of guys the Yankees would rather see up there than Mark Lemke.
A career 300 hitter in World Series play. One and one from Wetland. Lemke tonight is grounded out and flied to center 3 times. There's the tying run, Belliard. There's the go-ahead run, Grissom. Very good speed on for the Braves. Two and one. If Lemke can reach, Chipper Jones waits on deck. Now Girardi wants to talk to Wetland.
The reason for that is you want to be sure in this situation. If a catcher wants to go away and a pitcher wants to go inside and you end up throwing that pitch, it'll be right down the middle of the plate. So Girardi making sure not only of pitch selection but pitch location.
The starter and potential winner for tonight's game, Jimmy Key, watching. 1 run home, 2 on, 2 out, 2 and 1 on Lemke. 2 and 2, and the Yankees are 1 strike away. Full count, and that's important. Now the runners will go from first and second.
Not only important that the runners will go, but the trail runner is the guy you're concerned about. He is the fastest guy on the Yankees team, and a short double, he can score the go-ahead run.
Runners going. Lemke pops it foul near the dugout. And just out of the reach of Charlie Hayes.
You know, interference could have been called on that play. There was a guy in a road uniform, and I don't know who it was. I think Charlie Hayes actually collided with an Atlanta player in uniform right there. You're supposed to clear the top step. Hayes had a shot at it, and now it is cleared. But something could have been called as Hayes collides with an Atlanta player in uniform.
Inches away, and the count stays 3 and 2. Another chance to the left side. Hayes waits. The Yankees are champions of baseball. The center of all that is today's Chevrolet Player of the Game, Joe Girardi. Not only the work he did behind the plate, but at the plate with an RBI triple and a run scored and a single, and maybe the biggest swing of the night off the bat of Girardi in that 3-run third inning. The only scoring the Yankees would do tonight against Maddux and the Braves. And it was enough for a 3-2 win in Game 6. A 4-2 win in the 1996 World Series for Joe Torre, his first trip to the World Series, and the Yankees come away with a victory.
Frank Torre is on the second day of his second heart. Joe Torre's on his 56th year of his first one. Both are overflowing.
Congratulations to the Yankees and to the Atlanta Braves. It's the New York Yankees, the 1996 champions of Major League Baseball. Stay tuned. We'll return after these messages with the NASDAQ postgame show, including the presentation of the World Series trophy and the Series MVP award.
Of the #1 team on top of the world. It is extraordinary. There's pandemonium breaking out. Al, if you take a shot inside, they are table dancing. They're standing up on top of tables inside of Mickey Mantle's, and they are drinking this all in. We have champagne dripping from the ceiling inside already. They're spraying the place. New York has never seen a celebration like this, and they've been waiting many, many years. Okay, that's it. That's it for now from Mickey Mantle's, where they're already celebrating the world champion New York Yankees. Let's go back to Don Gould in the studio. Don?
Thank you, Frank. You know, a world championship for the Mets in 1986, one for the Yankees in 1996. It shouldn't happen every 10 years here. We should have one a little bit more often because it's a lot of fun.
Could you ask for more nerve-wracking moments than those last 3
3-2 in the ninth. John Wetland was doing this all year, blowing saves every once in a while.
And congratulations to the New York Yankees. Yankee Stadium is lined with police on foot, mounted police, and the Yankees are just completing a victory lap. Heck, Wade Boggs still on horseback going around the field here at the stadium.
That's one way to take a victory lap.
The Yankee victory train heads to the Yankee clubhouse. We'll take a break. Come back with more of our NASDAQ postgame report from Yankee Stadium, where the Yankees win it 3-2 and the series 4-2 over Atlanta.
This is the locker room. And that's
Dak post-game show after the Yankee 3-2 win tonight. The series win 4-2. We send it down to Steve Lyons, who's standing by with Joe Girardi.
All right, Joe, it's pretty wild down here. Joe, you got this ball club on the board tonight with the triple. Tell me what pitch you hit in the third inning.
I just hit a high fastball. I was looking to hit something in the air, and you know, a lot of those situations I'd been given the safety squeeze all season, and Joe let me hit.
You sat behind the plate for most of this season watching those relief pitchers, Rivera and Wetland, come in and close the door all year long. Tell me about the job those guys did.
Unbelievable once again. You know, we thought if we could get a lead and get to the 7th, you know, we had a great chance of winning. And it took all the other relievers to help us to get to the 7th. Jimmy Key, everyone was great.
Stanley leaves here as a free agent. You come over here in a trade from Colorado, and now you're a world champion, man. How's that feel?
I just want to thank Jesus and God because they're the ones that made it happen.
All right, man, go celebrate with these guys. All right, we're going to throw it back to Joe Buck right now.
All right, Steve, thank you very much. What a night it is here in New York, and the celebrating just beginning. We have plenty more coming up for you from Yankee Stadium. Wetland closed it out. Jimmy Key got it started. Girardi, a big night at Yankee Stadium. Their prayers came true. We send it back downstairs to Steve Lyons.
All right, Joe, I'm standing with Darryl Strawberry. Straw, this is a long way from St. Paul in the Northern League, isn't it, man?
Yes, it truly is. But first, I'd just like to give the honors to God for making this opportunity possible for me. And I just want to, thank Mr. Steinbrenner for giving me an opportunity to come back and join this New York Yankee ball club, and we have a chance to win the World Series.
Tell me a little bit about the heart of this ball club. You're playing with a broken toe. O'Neill played hurt all year. Great play you made in Game 5 off Blauser. You guys really played with your hearts on your sleeves this series.
I think we was just very determined. I think everybody realized that we struggled the first 2 games here. And then we went down to Atlanta. We went in there with a lot of confidence and believed in ourselves. And that just goes for our manager. Our manager gives us that kind of credit about ourselves and gives us that kind of belief about ourselves. And we just wanted to go out and play hard and try to win ball games down there, and that's basically what we did.
All right, Darryl, have a good time in here, all right?
Thank you.
All right, Joe, let's throw it back up to you.
All right, Steve, thank you very much. Congratulations to Darryl Strawberry. Those guys are about to get drenched.
Yes, they are.
Down in the respective clubhouses. Here is the way it will read tomorrow in the New York Post. Extra, 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 extra. World champs. The Yankees beat the Braves to take the series. No specifics, but they had it ready. And this is what will be on the newsstands tomorrow as the Yankees, Tim McCarver, wrap it up for their first World Championship since 1978.
And what a remarkable story. Joe Torre, fired by the St. Louis Cardinals last year, his first year as a manager in the American League, and he wins the World Championship.
Unbelievable. Chip Caray is coming up. I'm telling you, these guys are about to get wet. Let's send it down to Chip Caray for the presentation of all the awards we'll hand out here tonight at Yankee Stadium.
Okay, Joe Buck, thank you very much. The bubbly has started to fly here at Yankee Stadium. Briefly on the podium, scattering just for a moment, is Acting Commissioner Bud Selig and the President of the American League, Dr. Gene Budig. They are here to present the World Series trophy to Yankee manager Joe Torre and their general manager, Bob Watson. Mr. Acting Commissioner.
On behalf of all of Major League Baseball, sincere congratulations, Joe and Bob, and to George Steinbrenner and everybody involved. It's a great World Series. Joe, you've waited a long time for this. You deserve this, my friend. Congratulations.
Thanks, Bud. Oh, Bobby, is that nice and heavy or what?
Oh, yes. We can share it a little, Joe.
Joe, the World Series is back in New York City. Was it worth the wait?
I tell you, Chip, I think when you get as old as I am, you learn to appreciate it. It may only come down one time, but I'll tell you, this is the best feeling between yesterday and today, the best feelings I've ever had in my life.
36 years.
Woo. Boy, oh,
Your
boy.
first
I remember when you were this big.
Well, let's not bring that up. I've got to ask you the emotions of this year. Your brother Rocco, your brother Frank.
Yeah, it was tough, Chip. I think I was all cried out in the championship series, but my brother Frank with the heart yesterday. My brother Rocco died suddenly. He was with me this whole series. I know that because I just felt him. And my brother Frank, who was helping me manage right up to the last minute before he went under the knife, and I'm glad to report that he's doing well.
I know he spoke to you and said, I've got my ring. you go get yours. How's that thing going to feel when you finally put it on?
Wow. Wow, especially when it's the big one. You knew you were going to get a ring when you come to the World Series, but the one for the world champs is really special.
Did you ever have any doubts with this ball club? You had the 12.5 game lead. It shrunk to 2. Everyone said, oh my goodness, the Yankees are in trouble. Now you come back down 2 games to nothing to the Atlanta Braves. You go in and you beat the defending champions 4 consecutive times to win the trophy.
Never had doubts about this club. The only thing is the first 2 games of this series, we didn't play like the Yankees because I think maybe the layoff hurt us. Not that, you know, Smoltzy and Greg weren't wonderful, but we didn't have at-bats. We didn't do anything. And then all of a sudden, we got a little animated. We got some little energy, and all of a sudden, here we are. That 6-0 game had to be the one that really catapulted us.
Did you know you're the first native New Yorker to lead the Yankees to the World Championship?
Well, I can tell you by the pass list that I'm a native New Yorker. I know that.
Well, congratulations. Enjoy the celebration. You're on top of the world tonight.
Thanks, Chip.
We got a little more business to get with you, Joe Torre, in just a minute. Let's bring on the general manager, Bob Watson, to talk about this ball club. Bob, what a year it's been for you and this ball club. Congratulations.
Well, thank you, Chip. I just can't say enough for the way this organization has put forth the effort to win. You know, you can say what you want about Mr. Steinbrenner. He wants to win as bad as anybody. You know, we have the highest payroll, and we have the best talent in this clubhouse, and that's a tribute to his desire to win. And I just thank him for the opportunity.
Sweet redemption for you. This victory, your team wins the World Series now as the general manager of this team.
Well, first off, you know, for me as a minority sitting here holding this trophy, you know, some 50 years ago, Jackie Robinson, you know, broke the color line, and today I'm an awful proud guy holding this trophy.
Bob Watson, congratulations. All right, Bob Watson, the general manager of the New York Yankees. Steve Lyons has a guest as well. Steve?
All right, Chip, I'm down here with Wade Boggs and his wife, Debbie, and his daughter, Megan, and his father, Wade, in '86. 10 years ago, it just barely slipped away, not this time.
I tell you, when that pop-up went up and Charlie was under it, I said, please, Lord, just let it fall in his glove. I've seen strange things happen, but nothing expresses the feeling I have right now.
There's a lot of guys, including myself, that gave this team up. No one thought that you guys could do it. You guys were the only ones that believed in yourselves.
We believed in ourselves all year, and we've been up against some hard times, and we could have packed it in when we went to Atlanta, and this team's just never given up, and its heart's as big as the Twin Towers right now.
Now, what about the heart on this ball club? Have you ever played on a team that plays with more guts than these guys?
I'm telling you, just no matter what you do, somebody gets hurt, you stay in the lineup, guys give themselves up. It's just the feeling, you can't describe it. This team's never given up, and we had to play one more game, and it was like, come on, guys, we got to have this.
Last year, me and you watched Mo Vaughn run around on a horseback in Boston when they won the divisional championship. You just ran around the field on horseback as a world champion. How'd that feel?
I just wanted to thank the fans. The fans have been behind us 100% all year, and when we came back to New York, this is the greatest feeling in the world. Unbelievable.
All right, enjoy this with your family. Let's go back to Chip. He's got the MVP of the World Series in 1996.
All right, Steve, thank you very much. The boss, George Steinbrenner, on the podium as well with Yankee manager Joe Torre. We're going to talk to the boss, George Steinbrenner. Mr. Steinbrenner, congratulations. It's been a long time.
Been a long time, but it's great for New York, and Joe Torre and the players did it all.
Third championship under your helm here, under your leadership here with this ball club.
We've been in there quite a bit in the last few years. I'm just happy for New York.
Tell you what, you've made quite a general manager yourself this year. The signings of Dwight Gooden and Darryl Strawberry, those two players during the regular season, and especially Strawberry during the postseason, were tremendous.
Well, they have really contributed a lot to the ball club, but there's so many human stories in this Yankee club that you could truly say it's New York. There's the mayor. Has he been up here? Get up here, Rudy.
Is this Yankee team?
Hey, you're my #1 advisor.
Mayor Rudolph Giuliani here. Longtime Yankee fan.
Well deserved.
How about this ball game?
Congratulations. Thanks, Mayor. Unbelievable. You stuck with this team. You did a great job, and we'll have the biggest.
With us.
We'll have the biggest and greatest parade ever on Tuesday. Great. 11 o'clock. Right up Broadway.
I'll be there.
3 million, 4 million.
So the parade is on Tuesday. Let's hand out some more hardware. Time to introduce you to the World Series most valuable player. He's off to my right. He's Yankee closer John Wetland. He is the most valuable player of the 1996 World Series. Where's Joe Torre?
Oh my goodness, John, this is
Are you kidding me?
John, what a performance.
John, every night John asks me, before he leaves the dugout for the bullpen, he says, "I'll see you later." I said, I always enjoy that. I said to him, and tonight was probably the most enjoyable night of my life, John, and you well deserved, and I can't tell you what you've meant to this ball club. Congratulations.
Thank you, Joe. I'll tell you, I can't think of a better guy to win it for than Joe Torre and the Yankee organization. I'd like to thank my point man, Jesus Christ. I'd like to thank my wife for being a rock for me. And if it weren't for my teammates, I wouldn't even be seeing the field. So this trophy is dedicated to all my teammates. I appreciate their effort all year. Thank you very much.
I got to ask you about the 9th inning tonight with all the marbles on the line for your ball club. The Braves sure made it interesting on you and the rest of these fans here in New York.
Yes, I guess I have kind of a reputation for making some things interesting, but it's just, I don't know, I just reached back. Sometimes I didn't even know where the ball was going. I was so amped up tonight, and it worked out fine.
You're known as a guy who's cool as a cucumber on the mound. You're standing right here shaking like there's an earthquake in this place.
I feel like there's more to go or something. I can't believe this is it. But, boy, what an effort the entire club put forth this year, and I just appreciate all the fellas.
John, quickly, it's hard to say that your bullpen was the secret weapon of this World Series, but you guys dominated. The Braves only scored 2 runs in the 7th, 8th, and 9th innings of the entire World Series. That's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, how can anyone not be proud of them and the job that they did? And that's pretty much what I was getting at in terms of sharing the glory with my teammates. Those guys got me in a position where I could get the ball in the 9th inning, and oh man, this is absolute elation. I can't stop shaking.
Well, you're the world champion, John Wetteland, the MVP of the World Series. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, guys, upstairs, the scene here in this Yankee locker room. Well, in a word, it's kind of wet. Let's send it back upstairs to Joe Buck and Tim McCarver, guys.
All right, you didn't ask him about the hat. He put that old hat in the vault. It's ready for 1997. He had a new cap on. We'll be back here with more of the NASDAQ postgame report and with additional interviews and analysis on the Fox News Channel. Plenty more to come from Yankee Stadium as the Yankees wrap it up with a 3-2 win over Atlanta tonight.
Braves clubhouse. And Bobby, after winning the first 2 games of this series here in New York with your pitching staff, did you think there was any way this could happen?
Well, after going 2 up, you figure you're going to win 1 or 2 at home and maybe have to come back to New York. But our pitchers threw awfully well. We just we went up against some real good pitching ourselves, and Andy Pettit, I think, sort of set the stage for their staff after getting ripped here in New York, and they came right back and showed us what they were made out of. And actually, they contained us very well, but we contained them, but they got 1 more run than we did, Bob. And, they're a fine ball club, and I'm very proud of the way Joe Torre has handled the ball club. If we had to lose, I don't mind losing to Joe Torre. He's a class act. His ball players act very much like professional players, and that's a reflection on him. And they've got all our respect. And, there's no excuses. We don't blame the umpires. We don't blame bad hops. We don't blame anything. We simply got beat. And on the other hand, I'm very proud of our club. This is the 4th time in a possible 5 years we've been here, and I defy anybody else to say that they've done that. So it's a great club we've got. I'm proud of them. They're great competitors. We never gave in. We thought we were going to win tonight and win tomorrow night if there was a game. So I can't say enough about our ball club. I thought they had a lot of courage, and they gave it everything we had, and they had, and so did we. So, we'll salute the Yankees, and we'll hop on a little airplane tomorrow and go home, and we'll finally say have a nice winter.
Greg Maddux was typical Greg Maddux for the whole ball game except for 1 inning. Could you see anything that happened in that 3rd inning?
From the bench, it's hard to tell, Bob. I think probably got some pitches down the middle, and, they jumped on him. And he hadn't been hit hard at all any of the games in postseason. And he only gave up 6 hits tonight. I thought he pitched a masterful ball game. And, a lot of our guys were on fumes, and so was theirs probably. But those are the competitors that always rise to the occasion. And Smoltz finishes with a 0 ERA, and he's 1-1 in this thing. And Greg's not going to pitch any better than he did tonight. He had the 1 little bit of a rough inning, and Tommy Glavine's 3-hitter goes unnoticed also. So, we're proud of the organization and the ball club, and we have nothing to be ashamed about. We're a winning organization, a winning team, and we've been here an awful lot. We'd like to have more world championships, but we'll settle for the National League Championship this year.
Well, Bobby, congratulations on your reign as National League champions for a year. Let's throw it back up to Joe in the booth.
All right, Bob Brenly, thank you very much. Hey, some of you will be returning to local programming, while most of you will be staying with us for continuing post-game coverage. You just saw the reason why the Atlanta Braves are in such good hands. Bobby Cox, John Schuerholz, Ted Turner, they've got it figured out in Atlanta. They've been here 4 of the last 5 times in the World Series. They're doing just fine. But tonight, in the 1996 season, belongs to the New York Yankees. You know, we've had a lot of fun in our first year here on Fox covering baseball, bringing back the Saturday game of the week. Our kids show, Fox in the Zone, that'll be back next year. Little innovations, mics in the bases, the Fox box, what have you. It's been a lot of fun, and we hope we've made our little dent on baseball here in 1996, our first year. We also talked about the labor agreement this year. It seemed at one point it was just around the corner. Now again it seems it's just around the corner. We'll all have to cross our fingers and hope. Fragile word, and maybe we throw it around too easily, but the Atlanta Braves back in the World Series here in 1996 after winning it in 1995, proving to all of us just how tough it is to become a dynasty. The Atlanta Braves are the closest thing we have to it in baseball. A year that belonged to the New York Yankees, back in the World Series for the first time since 1981, and a World Championship here in New York to celebrate for the first time since 1978. And I think maybe the biggest thing I know I'll take away from it is while we all look at the game of baseball at times like a life or death situation, you have to remember it's just a game. What Joe Torre went through in 1996 with his brother Rocco, with his brother Frank, proves that is life and death. This is just a game, and for that, we should be very happy. It's been a fun year on Fox. Our coverage continues, and our very best congratulations to one of the best men in all of baseball, Joe Torre, and to the New York Yankees. They are the 1996 World Champions. We say so long for now from Yankee Stadium.
Come on, Jeff!
Madonna's on the high spot, she's shining gold in the sun. I'm looking in the mirror, it feels like staring down the barrel of a gun. Don't wanna confuse you, and I don't wanna let you down. But I'm a little confused myself, 'cause we're both strangers now. Can't we start all over again? Oh, this is the time of your life. you gonna do with it?
Just the third.